everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the last evening show of the week. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. What a day we've had. Kind of getting some more fallout from the Botter arrest. We've heard some more stuff about that. Well, not about the arrest, but like we heard from David Boldo today. I don't know if you heard his phone call.
Nope.
April doesn't listen to the show.
I get busy. I don't know.
April doesn't listen to the Steel Toe Morning Show, which she wouldn't know this, but it's a wonderful program. All kinds of laughs and entertainment. She'll really listen probably tomorrow. She'll listen on Friday. But as far as yesterday goes, probably, or as far as today goes, can't really be bothered.
You know what happened today?
Yeah.
I was doing some housekeeping, like going through all my DMs on like all 5-6 platforms.
Sure.
And, I have the show on in the background. I'm working, therefore I'm not listening. Like it's on, but I'm not taking it in.
David Boldo spilled his guts about how he's been harassed by this young man for 2 to 3 years, which means this fucking psycho's been at it since he was 11 or 12.
And then us ass cunts kind of blamed him for it.
Yeah, well, thanks, Granny, you fed. But he talked about how he's fucked with his business, this and that. He called into the show. He was talking about how he wants to leave work today and just go have a beer and celebrate.
He should.
He thanked us a bunch for seeing this through and following through with it and everything else. It was really emotional. It was really nice. And you missed it.
I am kind of bummed I missed that. What hour was it in?
I don't remember. I've got it written
have
down.
To go back and listen.
I got it written down. I'm going to clip it out.
Okay.
I've also got to clip out all our Andrew Callaghan coverage. We had some yesterday morning. We're going to have a little more tonight. I want to cut out the Neil deGrasse Tyson stuff from today, the Prince Harry stuff from Monday night. Of course, we got the Lizzo clip going up. All of that kind of got put on hold because last night, April and I had a lovely hour-and-a-half discussion with one of the people who, without them, this show wouldn't be possible, Anthony Cumia of the Opie and Anthony Show, and also Compound Media, compoundmedia.com. Got a tweet from E-Rock today, or a DM from E-Rock. He said, Anthony and Gavin talked about it on the show today, and they said nice things about it. I said, well, shit, I'm going to have to listen.
Yeah, same
So
here.
they were still live. I went back to listen. I clicked a button on my mouse and accidentally went back in the browser.
So you lost it.
And then they weren't live anymore. Mm-hmm. So I fucked that up.
Well, we'll have to listen.
But yeah, very, very excited to listen to that. I have informed all of the parties involved that due to a change in scheduling and a change in plans, April and I will not be at DabbleCon this year. I sent messages out to 3 people, Shuli, Bob, and Carl. And I let them know, hey, sorry, schedules change, shit happens. Blah, blah, blah. Will not be able to do DabbleCon.
How'd they take it?
This year. Very well. They were bummed that we couldn't make it, but they, we wanted to hang out with you guys. We're going to catch you at the next thing. And I said, absolutely. Maybe in the summertime.
When it's not freezing cold in Rochester?
Honestly, I'm thinking next Content House. We'll probably catch them.
I was thinking about that before the show. I knew you were going to say that somehow.
Yeah.
However, I think they did Content House during hunting season, which kind of blows.
Uh-oh.
So,
you can't take a weekend off to do... oh, wait, that's during my hunting season, isn't it?
What is your hunting season?
My hunting season is when it's not 20 degrees out. I believe September and October is my hunting season. Wait, doesn't it start in late August?
No.
Starts in September?
It's religiously between like the 14th and 17th of September, whichever's like the Saturday.
I've got like 4 good weeks in me. 4 or 5 good weeks in me. And then it's like, all right, it gets to November, it drops below freezing, and it gets windy, and I go, yeah, it's too fucking cold out for me. That's what it is. It's the sitting still. If I could move around a little bit, I could probably beat the cold, but it's the sitting still, and I'm just being attacked by the elements, and I'm just a little chattering cartoon character.
Poor baby bird.
I'm sorry, I don't have a shitload of really nice gear to, keep me nice and warm.
You could have. You sold it.
It didn't keep me warm this
You
year.
should have layered up a little bit.
It wasn't helping me out this year. It was a freezing little bitch. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the heat in the vehicle. And it was so cold out.
I'm going to let my truck idle for an hour and a half.
It was so cold out, I would have my phone out to check the time, to see how much time we had left.
Yeah.
I'd take my phone out, and every time I took it out, it was so cold and windy, my battery power would drop by like 6% every time I took my phone out.
I have a hard time believing that because I have the same phone as you and it did never. I sit out on my phone on occasion. It doesn't do that.
I've never had
I
it.
sit out in like 10 degrees or less.
I will tell you right now, it's never happened to me before or since.
So maybe your phone is very like synced up with you and it's not okay with the cold.
You're saying my phone was being cunty when it's cold out.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I don't have the evidence to disprove what you're saying.
I certainly can be on my phone when I'm sitting out and it never does that.
Well, good for you. I'm sorry, I'm lashing out due to my phone's inability to handle the cold, much like myself. So we put the Anthony Cumia interview up today on the channel. Frank was right. Oh, Frank was better. Frank Pellegrino was right. My impulse and Corey's impulse to put it up in clips and then the full interview would have been fucking stupid. We had the biggest premiere we've ever had, by far.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
With the Anthony interview, and it's doing very, very well right now. I think pushing on my counter, what you'll see on YouTube is behind, but on my counter, last I checked, almost 4,000 people had watched the Anthony Cumia interview. I hope you guys check it out. It's an hour and a half. Take it down in chunks. It's very, very good. We talked about Opie way more than either of us, Anthony or me or you, thought we would.
Well, he's a huge part of that history.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy worked with him for 20 years.
And Anthony and I, multiple times during the interview, went, God damn it, fucking Opie again. Like, we had a joke. We made the joke.
It was
At
funny.
one point, I stood up to leave during the interview. I went, God damn it. I think it seemed like he had a good time.
I think he did. And I think the guy is remarkably nice. He was very generous with his time.
Holy shit.
And then, besides the hour and a half we posted, we had at least a solid half hour total.
We did 20 minutes before and 20 minutes after with him. Like, he literally had to, kick us out. Because he was like, look, I got to go stream my Call of Duty now.
It's my time now.
Yeah, it's my time. He goes, it's my time. What he meant by that was it's his streaming time. Mm-hmm. He was like, I got to go live for Call of Duty, so I got to go, guys. See you later. And I was like, Godspeed, sir.
And then to hear that him and one Gavin McInnes were talking about us today, that's a very odd feeling.
I think the only time we ever said anything negative about Gavin was we thought the fake cop thing was cringe.
Yeah, but I don't think we're alone in that take.
Yeah, I think even when we put that video up, I think if he went and saw it, I could watch it with him and defend it. I'd be like, look, I said I think you're a very funny, talented guy. I said this thing was kind of gay. That's about what it was.
I bet Anthony would have told him that.
Yeah, being the radio guy he is. So anyway, go check it out. It was really fun. It was really awesome. We had a great time with Anthony. And then I think our next target is Mr. Cornette.
I am working on Jim Cornette starting maybe this evening. I'm going to find where I send the information to.
Yeah. And
I think
we're going to see if we can get my dad on the show, James E. Cornette.
His real dad.
Citizen M says, looking back, how would you say your final Cumia interview went? What do you mean? What? Wait,
final,
what?
My ass.
What, final? I hope it's not final. Ugh, that would be awful.
No, that felt great. Plus, we're friends with E-Rock, too. So it's I think that could be an ongoing check-in relationship.
Citizen M says, don't clip shit for April with the David Boldo call. Make her listen to the show from beginning to end.
Look, I did have the show on. I apparently missed a section. Okay.
Silch says, don't forget to cut out all the Corey stuff, too. For God's sake.
I kind of like that name. I haven't heard that in a while.
The reviews are coming in. D. Gulag says April and Aaron nailed the Cumia interview.
Yes,
all right,
thank you.
It was a great exchange with Anthony. Ant had good things to say about you today, says Gary Crouch. Well, awesome. I'm glad.
That gets me excited.
Now April and I just have to kidnap Bill Schultz and Joanne Nosachinsky and do morning on Compound Media now.
Right.
We'll make it You guys won't get an evening show anymore. What you'll get is a solid 6.5 hour block of Steel Toe. You'll get the show here on YouTube in the morning, and then you'll get the morning show on Compound, and we'll take it all from there. How's that? I have no fucking idea. Well, we'd have to kidnap them first.
Honestly, the more I listen to Compound Media, but mostly I listen to Anthony's show, the Anthony Cumia show, obviously with his guests and stuff.
Is that what it's called?
The Anthony Cumia show.
I know.
You fuck.
I'm aware.
It's so good. Like anyone who doesn't listen, like when Steel Toe's not on, I think you're missing out.
Yeah. Actually, Coltrane says, I'm going to watch the Cumia thing tomorrow at 6 a.m. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, that means they're still watching us, though.
And now I'm in the part of the chat where we announced we will not be able to make it to Rochester. A lot of sad faces, including from David Chandler. Matthew Jenkins, it was not 90 minutes of Opie bashing. That was not the case.
So wait,
it was 90 minutes of an interview. I have it on good authority. We both counted. It's only 68 minutes of Opie bashing. It's hard not to. We all laughed so hard when one of us would start doing it. We bashed Chad. We bashed who else? I think those
John?
were Did we bash John a little bit?
No, he did.
He compared
John
Chad to John.
Yeah.
He said that Chad was a lot like John.
In regards to Opie, like I said, the guy worked with him for 20 years, and if anyone goes back to listen to old O&A clips, he at least tried to be funny back then on occasion, and then to see how far he's fallen from being on one of the funniest shows of all fucking time to what he does now is just depressing.
Stevie Lou asking, still coming to NYC, or is that also tabled for now?
Oh, did you let Stevie down?
I haven't told Gino yet that we can't make it. Do you think we're cool for a Thursday fly in, fly out? No, probably not. No, schedule-wise, it doesn't work. Fuck.
Why not?
We gotta do a thing. So I don't want to say too much, but we gotta do a thing. So
we have a thing now. We'll talk about it.
On the thing. Ixnay on the ing thing.
Another time.
Yes. Jay Santos says, can you reduce Corey to a 3-minute sports weekend review a la Hacksaw Hamilton style? Why? Tim says, y'all scared the Z-Man is going to get you. Actually, no, if he was going, I would be there. I'd bring my boxing gear bag full of stuff for him and say, here you go, take a shot. But he doesn't have any money, so he's not going to be there. I took off. You didn't even say why you aren't going. What the fuck? April's Parents Hobby Farm says, Aaron is such a cuck. Tell the story about you calling a tow truck for a flat tire. What? I will have
a little out of nowhere.
I will have you know, I have changed my own tire multiple times. I have changed my own tire.
Remember the last time with the Tahoe in the garage?
Oh, when you and I couldn't get those fucking lug nuts off that tire?
No.
Wasn't that it?
I worked on that thing for a long time. We couldn't get the right tool for it. I had the Tahoe jacked up and everything. And
what was I? I was doing the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have the right tool because you had specific rims on.
They were custom lug nuts and our tire iron didn't fit them. Was that what it was?
Right.
Fucking custom. That's right. They were custom lug. Son of a bitch.
Like good people, we called All Care.
We did call All Care for that. Okay, so he is right.
I did work on that thing for like 2 hours out in the cold. I had to drive home with basically a flat tire and fill it up like 4 times.
Black Ornament says, so you're not going because it's cold. How is that a change in plan? That's not why we're not going. Let's continue on. I didn't get tickets until you said you were going. I'm devastated. I'm sorry. I bet you can get a refund on. No, don't get a. Fuck me. How am I? I'm a bad friend. Go. It's going to be fun. Anthony, Bob Levy, all these other people are going to be there. It's going to be a ton of fun. So trust me. Go. You're going to have a great time. If I can phone in any way, I guess we could. You know what, April's Parents Hobby Farm, you are going to have to wait a moment, sir, because somebody did not connect the phone.
How is this not the first thing you do at this point?
Here's what happens. Usually I have the board turned off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn the board on, it automatically connects the phone. I didn't have the board off from this morning. All right, let's talk to April's Parents Hobby Farm. Hello, sir.
Hey, when you say custom rims, like the fucking tire iron, is not like I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Right, I don't
but,
either.
Most people have a 7/8, a 15/16, a 1-inch. I know it's not 1-inch. I'm guessing it's probably 7/8.
Here's what we had. We had two different tire irons, and the tire iron that was with the Tahoe was for the factory rims. Those I bought. I didn't put custom rims on this thing. It came with it. So I didn't have the proper. I didn't have the proper tools.
You bought a ex-Black man's vehicle, or you bought a yeah. But
why is this upsetting me so much?
When I say cock, I mean you don't have fucking just the average tools to do anything.
I have two different tire irons. I have multiple different ratchet sets. I have multiple different socket sets. I have multiple.
Irons are not a fucking tool. They're a goddamn piece of shit fucking metal for city people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. 13/16.
Oh, are you going to teach me how a hog farmer does it? Suey!
Yeah.
Are you going to teach me how they do it on the hog farming?
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lordy, we gonna hook it a log chain up to the tire and we gonna pull it off that way. That's how we do it on the hogging farm. Yes, sirree.
I don't have hogs.
Are you going to show us how we do it on the cattle farming then with the cows pulling the tires off for us?
Yes, what you do is you cut off the tail, you put a ratchet strap around the tire.
Oh, Lordy, after I was done getting up at 4:30 in the morning, milking the cows and filling up them buckets, I was going to take our custom tire lug nut remover, and I was going to change all the tires on all the tractors and tell everybody what a man's I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why that character is black, by the way.
Super black.
Well, yeah, you were going to a slave thing.
I did.
You were going to a slave thing. I was trying to think of the Django.
Yeah. When I talk to you, my default setting is slave voice.
Just black.
Yeah, I got to watch that movie again so I can call in and get some good quotes.
And so you can jack off at the parts where they're selling them?
I'm trying to think back, but yeah, anyways, sorry. I was calling in to call you cuck to back up my cuck.
Well, I think you definitely accomplished that mission. You did say those things.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Have a good
dismount. There we go. All right.
What just happened?
Oh, shit.
Oh, did he school you for not having the right tools?
Citizen M says, meeting Steel Toe was the reason I was going to DabbleCon. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, guys. Shit came up. We can't do it now. I feel really bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You have people going from out of state, by the way, to go meet you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. Brutally lying e-beggar says, can I drop my Cash App? I don't give a shit. Drop. Go ahead. You know what? See what it does for you. Sounds good. Well, don't say things like that.
That's why I wrote it.
Just writing notes and passing notes and all kinds of shit. Oh, man.
Oh.
I don't know where I left off in the chat, but it has gone way too far now, and I cannot keep up. So I'm just going to pick a random spot here, and then we will go from there. A lot of aftermarket rims need special sockets to get the lugs off. It's not unusable. I didn't say it was unusable. I said we didn't know that, and we didn't have the stuff for it.
I knew that. I just knew that we also didn't have the right size. It's obvious. Like
you didn't know that going in.
I knew it once I'd been working on shit and looking for a tool for 2 hours.
And I love when I came out, I was like, April, let me show you. You just do this. And I'm like, fucking why won't this sack of shit get on there?
I had your spare lowered down and everything. I had it ready to go, and then I couldn't get the damn tire off.
Stevie Lou says, you got city hands, Mr. Imholt. You've been cutting money all your life. Tie me a sheep shank. I didn't know I'd have to pass basic tire changing. Raz of Chaz says, now that I know Aaron isn't going to DabbleCon, I'm currently ordering my tickets. See, there you go. It's going to cancel each other out.
The right attitude.
That's how you do it. You go meet our buddies Carl and Bob and Shuley and Anthony and, well,
Cardiff's across the street.
Yeah, I mean, you want to meet a fucking potato? I'll mail you a potato. How's that? I like Cardiff. I felt bad that I yelled at Cardiff this morning. That made me feel shitty.
It should.
Yelling at Cardiff. But he called twice in a row when we were talking about the WWE thing.
I'm hear that part.
I don't have time for a Cardiff gimmick right now.
Well, he thought you did.
I have accommodated Cardiff every other time.
Check
I just couldn't accommodate him then.
All a potato has is time.
Standalone Cakeorn says, the guy who complains about talking about Cumia is insisting on a tire iron discussion as prime entertainment. You have to understand this about April's parents' hobby farm, though. The problem with April's parents' hobby farm is he thinks that when I talk about internet people, it's dog shit.
Sure.
But anytime he's involved, whatever's being talked about is good. So that's
I don't know
rule.
where the tire thing came out of. Did you mention something?
I have no idea where that came from, but it's something he's been holding on for a while.
He has said it on occasion when he's like upset with you and your content. He'll say, "Oh, you call a tow truck." Yeah. For a tire.
One time because we didn't have the stuff.
One time. And you know what? You could blame me. This is my fault. I couldn't get the tire off.
Also, we have a comedy show on Saturday, January 21st. So if you'd like to come to that, we're still honoring that event. Not backing out of that one, depending on how the Vikings do. No, I'm just...
Wow.
I didn't realize.
Aaron's actually taking off to go to the game, you guys.
No, that is not the case whatsoever. The reason we're not going to go to DabbleCon is April and I bought tickets to the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas. We're going. No, I am joking. We are not.
That does
doing
sound like a better time.
We're not doing that.
Think about it. I would. Never mind.
No. Yeah, don't.
Never mind.
January 21st at Partners Pub in Sartell. If you're a VIP, claim 2 free tickets. Otherwise, mods, if you want to drop the link in the chat, click on the Eventbrite link, grab a couple of tickets, and come see us January 21st. We are half sold out as it is. Half the tickets are still remaining with over a week and a half to go, so that's a great sign. Usually, I always say if you got 3 days left and you're halfway home, you're doing all right. So We're doing pretty well. For that show, they always sell out. It's just a matter of when. So don't wait. Don't keep me in suspense, certainly. Grab your tickets to our show Saturday, January 21st at Partners Pub in Sartell. Mikey Two Milk says, Aaron, I was going to DabbleCon to meet you too. Damn it, now I'll never know how you smell. Well, according to April, white men don't smell as good as blacks. So... we learned that last night on the show.
I didn't get to test that theory out today either.
No, she didn't.
Not enough black people.
She didn't go sniffing black people at the gym today. God.
Oh, my God.
God's Node says, Aaron, I was bringing my terminally ill son to DabbleCon to meet you. He was so excited. Oh, shoot.
Well, now you have to go.
Well, no, his kid's going to be dead. I mean, if he's terminally ill,
there's
a chance.
Day.
What if now I go by myself to meet the terminally ill kid, and the fucking kid dies on me before I get there? I'm going to feel like a fucking idiot.
Well, it's probably because you lowered his hopes for a little bit because you said you weren't going. You're jerking him around.
Sure.
So he lost a little bit of that, will.
I certainly don't want to jerk a kid around. That's not something I want to do.
Maybe don't.
Ashley Hatcher says, Botter is gone, yo. Yeah, I've been getting messages from people from former Elisa fans that are thanking us for the Botter thing. David Boldo thanking us for the Botter thing. However, one person wrote me today, one of the insiders, and said Elisa is now banning anyone who's celebrating Botter being arrested. She's also defending Botter still. This woman is a genuine piece of monkey shit. She is one of the 5 worst people I've ever encountered in my entire life. And the rest of them are family members. So she is, out of people that I'm not tethered to, she's the biggest piece of shit. When I got a message from someone saying, yeah, Elisa's banning anyone who celebrates that Botter got arrested.
I just imagine sticking up for somebody who peddled child porn. I couldn't even get that out clearly.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So fucking pissed. I just tweeted Gino, says Citizen. Could you have waited until I told Gino that we weren't going to make it?
No, this is your fault. You announced it here.
That's true. That is
now
my
your
fault.
friend has to find out the hard way.
Terry Nee says, just admit it. Chad may show up. I can promise you with 1,000% certainty, Chad has nothing to do with why we can't go to DabbleCon. I don't want to deny you guys a good story, and I know we've beaten the shit out of the guy for months now, and he's been knocked into the ground like a tent peg. But if I'm gonna give him something, I gotta give him something other than that, because that would hurt my soul if I had to lie about that. TM says, now that Aaron isn't going, people can scalp their tickets and see a profit. Whiteat says, I heard Shuli and Carl got beef. I can guarantee you, knowing both of them, they do not have beef. I promise. Redbeard becoming a Yeehaw Club member. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
Guys, it looks like tomorrow is going to be the day that the goal returns to Steel Toe. I want to thank all of you for being as generous as you have been and keeping us ahead of this goal for so long. We never thought that we would be in the position we've been in the last 5 weeks. It's been really, really great. So thank you very much. If you want to help towards tomorrow's goal tonight, you can. There's the PayPal and the Streamlabs in the chat. 2:45 away from tomorrow. Shuli only said you were going about 300 times on his show. Yes, we feel terrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
We feel bad, but we cannot make it, unfortunately. TM says, Aaron and April sneaking off to the Players Ball. No, we are not going to the Players Ball. April would be sniffing everybody. It'd be all fucking weird.
God, they all just smell so good.
I mean, you got to stop with that. You're going to get a reputation, and then pretty soon you'll be wearing hair extensions, and white guys won't talk to you anymore. It'll be all kinds of terrible. Terry's saying white guilt smells awful. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
It's white guilt.
Awful stress stink.
TM saying it was that dying kid's wish. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm the guy who I killed a kid, apparently.
He killed a kid.
Brittany says, Aaron, I was going to name my next child after you, feeling let down. I will spend the rest of my life trying to make it better. Citizen M says, at Aaron Imholt and at April Imholt have bailed on DabbleCon. They'll be absent from all of the event days and will not be traveling to New York at Gino Bisconti. Could you have waited until I text Gino tonight? You piece of shit.
You did this.
Man, Stevie J says, Jesse Lee Peterson just tweeted saying that you need to forgive Elisa Jordana.
She needs to forgive her mom first.
Yeah, I think she needs to forgive her.
There needs to be a chain.
Her mother. Sage KF says, quoting Keith Olbermann, Aaron's afraid. Do you remember that Keith Olbermann rant?
I think I do.
They're afraid.
Yeah.
He is, God, he's been terrible forever.
Super bad.
Someone make a montage of all the times Shuli plugged Steel Toe attending DabbleCon.
That would be very funny.
We're really taking our medicine on this, aren't we?
I think the whole thing's kind of your fault, though, because you kind of announced that we were going before I had even known that you would say such a thing. And now you kind of ripped it out of everyone like a rug.
James J. Weed says April can't fly. She's pregnant. Let them have their... let them make their guesses.
I can't deny anything.
Let them make their... I can't deny that you're going to murder me. Let them have their fan fiction.
Fine.
They get all your... when it's you murdering me, then the fan fiction is great. But when it's you having a big old pregnant belly, all of a sudden aesthetically you're not into
I murdered you because you got a reversal without telling me, and I thought that was very dishonest.
And I got you pregnant.
Gross.
And then you killed me. The whole story ends tragically.
Ugh. There's 2 deaths in that story.
And now your sniffing black people days are done because now with a kid, I mean, they're obviously not coming around.
Is it theirs? No.
Oh, my God. See, that's the slow burn of April's racism. You don't realize she's way more racist than I am because she goes, ooh,
Do you know where I came from?
Ooh, I'm going to sniff black people. And then you go, that kind of sounds like she's in a little bit of that. And then, Chad's not the only mud shark in the business. And then all of a sudden, April goes, they're not going to stick around if it's their kid. Am I right? Black people. Just a shitty kind of thing.
April with cornrows, please. Can you imagine?
No.
God.
And lacking the love of her parents. April, when did you first develop your fetish for cocoa butter? They want to know.
2014.
Citizen M says, should I create DabbleCon promotional material featuring Aaron and April?
Just Aaron. He's the one who committed. I didn't.
Son of a bitch. Z Kyle saying Aaron is actually gay. That's why he can't fly. Uh-oh.
Dude, I found evidence in a drawer in the house today that you were gay from years ago.
It is a guardian bell from bikers. It
None
was
of
an
this
inside
sounds okay.
it was an inside joke from listeners of the show. I have a guardian bell.
And what did it say?
Something about gay. I don't remember exactly.
Said something like, how can you be gay and have a motorcycle? Something like that.
Right. Can't be both. I have a motorcycle.
You don't.
Chris says, shalom to the chosen ones in the chat. P.S. April sniffs bee people. I think that's accurate. Aaron, if your cum shot only makes the island of Hawaii, I don't you'd have what it takes to knock April up. Oh, well, the Big Island is huge. April found Aaron's sounding equipment. All kinds of fan fiction coming up now.
You did say something about sounding in the truck the other day.
Yeah, because you were talking about me living inside of your anus.
This came out of the Holocaust camp discussion, remember?
That's right. You were going to put me in a camp in your anus.
We were talking about, like, how did it get that bad? Because we were talking about anal saging and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like saging out the bad demons and shit.
And then April ended up with me in a bonfire.
You lived in there.
And I made a campfire in your anus.
Campfire sounding.
I said I was going to do campfire sounding inside of your asshole. That's where it came from.
What is wrong with us?
KF says, Holocaust camp plus sounding. What the fuck? We have weird, we're usually very tired on our way to the gym when we have wonderful conversations. That's all.
I think that is how that has to happen, right? We're just absolutely wiped out tired.
I think that's got to be it.
Oh, Raz doesn't know what sounding is. Would you tell him?
Raz, Google it. Go ahead and Google.
Don't, buddy. Stop that.
Do me a favor,
don't
pal.
Look.
Why don't you Google urethral sounding?
Don't do it.
And it'll be a wonderful little dive.
Certainly don't go on Pornhub and look it up.
K. McDuck says the butt honestly is a very bad place for a demon. Yeah, but they like to camp out in there. Lorenzo Areola, go check out Lorenzo's channel. He says black people's toes do look like Brazil nuts.
Are you my grandma?
Oh, he might be.
Why is it all old people go for the Brazil nut joke? Have you noticed that?
Because they're old, and that's what they used to say unironically. It wasn't a joke.
Those are really tasty, though.
April, it wasn't a joke when they said it.
I guess.
It was just what they called them. Oh, man, you guys are on it tonight. Standalone Cakecorn says, I see April has an uppity, hot black girl, kind of like Stacey Dash in Clueless. Well, there you go.
Fun.
All right, I think we're caught up now. I hope you guys check out the Anthony Cumia interview. I hope you enjoy all of it. We've got a lot of other great stuff coming up for you this week, and thanks again for enjoying this program. Why don't we 100 like this thing right off the bat? 100 like this thing. If you guys want to attack that goal for tomorrow, you can. There's the PayPal and the Streamlabs. Where are we at on likes? Someone throw me the like count, and we'll see if we can jack that up. 47? Oh, yeah. Let's do 100 by 8 o'clock, and let's do 200 by 9 o'clock, and we should be good. Hit the like button on the video. It's great for us. It helps the channel a bunch. 47 likes. Now we're up to 50 already. I liked it. Fuck you. Well, okay, fine.
Wow.
We're up to 60 likes already. 61. TM says you had 78 before the announcement. 66. Pushing 70 now. We'll jack her up to 100, and then we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Lorenzo also saying, I found my grandmother dead.
I'm sorry.
It's better than losing her dead. You know, at least you knew where she was. Corn Diff with 78 likes. Thank you very much. Let's keep that growing. Looks like we're over 80 now to 81. Well, at least you found your grandmother and you were with her, so it was
the opposite.
at least it wasn't.
Graham died alone.
There you go. So we're at 81 likes, looking to get to 100. Go ahead and hit the like button. Keep that thing going, and let's go to 100 before we really start digging into stuff tonight.
Would you be interested in changing the name to Ento Evening Show?
No, I don't want to do that. That would be remarkably offensive. Oh, did Zilch say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zilch, that's going to be a problem for everybody.
What? Oh, I thought that sounded fun.
All right, 89 likes. Keep hitting that like button. We'll get her to 100, and then we've got to talk about money and shit. We've got a lot of money on the line in the United States these next couple of days. Up to 90, closing in on 100 likes on the channel.
On the video.
On the video,
on the
yeah.
live stream.
On the channel, we're up around 7,600, which is pretty cool. Up to 92, they're saying now. I love that live counter that the audience has. 92, let's get up to 100. Here we go. 94. 94. Keep her going.
You broke a lot of people's heart tonight.
I know, I feel bad now.
It is kind of depressing. Aaron actually just didn't go because he didn't want to see Brittany.
Well, yeah, what was I supposed to do? Not tell everyone? Then they get there, they go, where? Then the 3 people who showed up for us go, where's the steel toe guy?
I think that'd be very funny.
I don't want those
At least
3
they showed
people to
up.
be so heartbroken.
3 people.
Yeah. There we go. Alex says 100.
Thanks.
Excuses for steel toe. Oh, man. There we go. Over 100 likes. Thank you guys very much. Hit that like button. Very nice. TM says Bill Burr likes this new direction April is going with her proclivities.
Oh, thank God I have his sign of approval.
See, it's a joke. He has a black wife.
I got it. Thank
So
you.
therefore, your black sniffing is something that he really enjoys.
I don't know if black women smell as good as black men.
Oh, okay. Well, you keep sniffing them all, and I'm sure your
Nah,
research will
the
yield
women
results.
don't usually like it when I sniff them.
No? Okay. Boy, I tell you what,
I want to throw some hands.
those blonde white women are like fucking catnip to those black guys. It's remarkable.
What?
But pregnant ones are like kryptonite.
They have to ask if it was theirs first.
Yes. Citizen M says, I'm used to Mike withholding love, but Aaron and April, goddamn. Oh, well, thanks, buddy, I guess. We talked to Anthony about Red Bar, too. Boy, did we have some laughs on that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. All right. Michael B says, I have experience. Black girls stink also. Jesus.
It's remarkably mean.
Standalone Cakecorn says, at least there will be more room available at DabbleCon for Britney's tits.
That's true. They take up 2 plane seats each.
The Cumia stream was great. Thank you, buddy. Everyone go check out that Cumia interview we did after the evening show tonight. It'll get you through the rest of your evening. All right. The Mega Millions jackpot has reached an estimated $1.3 billion because I'm guessing this is because the country's still in the shitter and they need a really good distraction.
Well, yeah, this is like lottery is the greatest like false sense of hope for anybody. It never happens. You'll never win it, but you can't win it if you don't play it. So you sit there and hope for it all night long.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's cool to think about.
Yes.
But if you play it actually thinking you're going to win, you're a fucking moron.
I actually try to like my new angle when I do buy a ticket is I'm like, you're never gonna win this shit. And I'll like abuse myself verbally, so then like I'm crossing my fingers hoping that, like the negative energy will actually win it.
Here's what makes us feel better. We dig around in like wallets and cupboards and laundry, and if we find some cash and it's not like we feel gross if we use our actual money to buy Mega Millions tickets. But if we have an excuse like, oh, I found a few bucks laying around, might as well play Mega Millions. It's a pride thing.
I don't want to.
You feel like if you go to an ATM, take out cash and go buy a Mega Millions, you're like, I'm a sucker. I'm a piece of shit.
I don't want to do that.
I'm a fucking moron. But if you find like $5 in a pants pocket or something when you're doing the laundry, you go, I'll buy a couple Mega Millions. Why the hell not?
It does feel fun. Like if you're having a bad day, let's just kind of like a little sense of hope. Yeah. It's a glimmer.
You look at that ticket in the morning and you go, well, back to work.
That is the gayest feeling in the world. Like you almost don't want to look because you know you didn't match anything.
Tyler says it's a tax on stupidity. That's fair. Shane M with $5 says not going to DabbleCon reasons. Scared Chad may be present. Yes, of course. Can't afford the trip. You got me. Don't care about the Dabbleverse. Just milking for views. Hey, what if it's all 3?
I think we tapped out of the Dabbleverse, by the way.
By the way, we weren't going for the Dabbleverse to begin with.
No.
We were going because we became friends with all the people who were doing DabbleCon, and it was going to be really fun to go hang out with him.
I'll be completely honest. Like, I've told Aaron several times that I didn't like that whole event was circled around the bullying of one certain individual, but I'd like to meet the people. It had nothing to do with the other guy.
Exactly. And unfortunately now it can't work out. TM says, Chad says, keep rifling through those pockets and find the plastic. 383 says, I had $1 million once, but it was all the money in the world gone in a year, then back to work. Wait, hold on. Time out. What? Oh, thought it was all the money in the world, gone in a year, and then back to work.
No.
Well, think about it. You win $1 million, 500,000 right off the bat, taxes.
Gay.
Yeah, 500 grand right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Then after that 500,000, let's say you pay off your house, you pay off your car. Okay, now you probably got 300,000-400,000 left. Now, I mean, 300,000-400,000 doesn't get you very far. You certainly can't retire on it.
No, but you could be investing that shit.
Hopefully. Well, then you invest it, it's gone too, because you can't touch it.
But also now you don't have hundreds of dollars for your car payment or your house payment coming out every month.
He's not saying it wasn't awesome.
It is true, though. You would have to go back to work and still pay for your other shit.
Oh, Malevolent Bystander says he said he had $1 million, not won $1 million. Well, same concept, though. The taxes, everything else.
Crane Tuckling just says, obviously you sell drugs.
Well, I don't think he said he sells drugs. I think you're assuming that. Yeah, Novocaine says bought a house, paid cash. Well, that'll knock out a big chunk of it right there.
That's awesome, though, because now you don't have mortgage payments.
Just got to pay the taxes.
Fuck yeah.
Just got to pay those taxes twice a year.
Worth it. Yep. Have your shit paid off? Oh, my God.
So the Mega Millions hits $1.35 billion. So you're talking about $300 million in your pocket if you win.
Awesome.
You got $650 after taxes, and then take another half for the lump sum cash thing. So yeah, you're looking at about $300 to $400 million bucks.
Now, if you were to have to split part of that with somebody else too, you might lose a little more.
Yeah, like can there be multiple winners?
Yeah, I don't think it's very common though.
And then they split the jackpot.
Usually what I've seen is like somebody will match all the numbers to win the whole jackpot, you know?
Yeah.
But then somebody will match like a few of them and take a chunk of it.
Right.
So.
Okay. Now, does it all get drawn from the jackpot? Like every winner, does that take money out of the jackpot? Or is it just for winning all of them?
I think it would all come out of the jackpot.
Okay. All right. Dr. Till, Ministry of Dude, said, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't for us. I will fuck off then and go on to the next thing. 240, thanks to that $5 super chat. 240 away from tomorrow morning's goal. We will be back to goals tomorrow morning, guys. There's the Streamlabs. There's the PayPal super chats count as well. Thank you very much for supporting this program. So we talked about this a little bit today on the morning show, but we really didn't have a lot of information about it. Mm-hmm. At about 8:28 p.m. last night, the Federal Aviation Administration notice to air mission systems went down and grounded all departing aircraft across the nation. So this program that Pete Buttigieg and the Department of Transportation and the FAA are in charge of, it is in charge of letting pilots know. It's this program where instead of someone telling you, there's a program that'll pop up and tell you about problems that are happening on your route or in flight or whatever. That just shut down.
As you do. It just took a break.
I guarantee when I heard about this morning, I went, it's probably because the federal government has old shitty software and old shitty computers. I remember back in like 2010, 2012, finding out that the Department of Veterans Affairs still used paper filing systems.
I have such a hard time believing all of that, though, because you would think these people would have the money, I guess, to get the correct software.
Does it surprise you when I put it this way? The government is remarkably inefficient.
Well, that's obvious.
That makes it sound a little easier. So my whole thing this morning was, I'm sure it's some old as fuck program. They don't know how to keep it up. Some asshole tried to do like a systems refresh or something like that, and it knocked the whole thing out. I don't think it was a hacker. I don't think it was anything nefarious like that. I believe the Occam's razor approach on this one. Some dumb dickhead in the FAA thought, maybe we'll update the NOTAM system. And it just
crashed.
Remember?
Can you imagine the headache?
Yeah. Remember, was it Windows XP where it would do those updates and you would need something at work, so you'd start the update and it would take 2 hours. It would go upgrading, installing, and it would go 0%, go to 90. Yeah, it would go to like 95, then go back down to 0. And you're like, what the fuck? So I'm sure that's what happened.
Man, not a good deal if that's not what happened. So let's all hope that was the case.
So before beginning a flight, pilots are required to consult NOTAMs for potential adverse impacts on flights. But without the ability to consult the FFA, there's no way to know if there's construction or if there's icy runways or if the guy who waves the lighted batons around is out sick. The system used to be run via telephone, but has recently moved online. See, this is what I'm talking about. Recently.
That is it then, because once you've disrupted the usual routine, there's going to be some bugs, right?
But it's 2023 and they just now moved from the telephone.
There's going to be some glitches then. Yeah, you're right.
So in 2022, pilots were still going, before they took off, bring, hey, hold on. Hey, any problems our way? Over? And the guy would go, no problems over here. You may take off from Kitty Hawk when ready. All right, goodbye. And then you'd hang up the mouth one went here, and then the ear one went there. And then you would hang it up. So we just got rid of that this year to computerize this program.
In 2023.
God damn it. See, I knew it. President Joe Biden was questioned about the event and whether it was a cyber attack. He said, I just spoke to Buttigieg. They don't know what the cause is, but I was on the phone with him about 10 minutes. Well, could you shut the fuck up and get off the phone? He's got shit to do right now.
Quit yammering.
I told him to report directly to me when they find out, to which Buttigieg says, no, thanks. I'll just talk to whoever's in charge.
Who's your handlers?
Yeah. Air traffic can still land safely, just not take off right now. We don't know what the cause of it is. We are performing final validation checks and reloading the systems now. Operations across the national airspace system are affected. So, the online version went down. They tried to use the old telephone version, but it was quickly overwhelmed as the traffic picked up this morning. God.
I mean, that's the entire country of planes trying to take off.
Yes.
That is a huge headache.
So then at 7:50 a.m. this morning, all normal air traffic operations are resuming across the U.S. following an overnight outage to the Notice to Air mission system that provides safety to flight crews. The ground stop has been lifted.
Well, thank God.
So this has got to impact flights for days, right? I mean, just backing it up a few hours.
You'd think so, because now you're going to have to reschedule shit.
Right. It's got to back shit up for quite some time. Also, I saw the wonderful and talented Eric Nagel in the chat earlier. I did want to publicly thank him. He set up the whole Anthony interview and has always been really good to this program, giving us all kinds of encouragement, advice, even when I don't take it. He's just a really stand-up dude. So big thanks to Eric Nagel, or as O&A fans may know him, Mr. E-Rock.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. So yeah, I guess everything's all up and running now. We're good.
Good.
But man.
But now to clean up the mess we've made.
Right. You gotta, I'm going to get a notice that the vacation we take every year, that the flight's been pushed back again. No, when the Southwest Airlines Christmas stuff happened, I got a notice on my phone that our vacation that we take every year, that our flight for that months and months down the road got moved back.
No way.
They moved it was like by 3 minutes.
Oh, that seems unnecessary, but I guess they have to just in case of a suit or something.
Right. That's why they did it, was so that they didn't have to do everything up front. Just move everything for months back like a few minutes, and we'll be able to make this work.
God, that's a lot of emails to send.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm going to get an email again because of this thing. Like, hey, we moved you back 6 more minutes.
Well, God damn it, I could have a drink by then.
Right. That's you know what we're losing because of this, you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna have to move my reservations.
Yeah. 6 minutes. This fucks my whole vacation.
It just ruins everything.
Somehow. Everything's completely fucked now.
Now we're dead. One of the strippers out there got us.
Yeah.
we're in the wrong place at the wrong time because of the airlines.
It was a black stripper. April couldn't stop smelling them, so we were late.
Him?
No,
Oh.
No, it was a female stripper.
Oh.
April was conducting an experiment, so she just started sniffing the person, and they looked at her. It's like when a pit bull starts
I have
sniffing
charts.
you. The person,
I write down my notes.
yeah, she's just sitting here going, okay, smells like Kool-Aid. Duly noted.
Yeah.
There we go. So.
Smash right through her.
Yeah, see, Dr. Till says 6 minutes sounds like the start to a Final Destination movie. April has never seen the Final Destination movies. I'm going to show them to her at some point in the next couple of weeks here when we have another horror movie date night. When we go and watch really shitty, fucking terrible horror movies. What you showed me, House of Wax.
Oh, God. And how bad was it?
It was really funny bad.
Really bad.
And then the Final Destination movies, anyone in the chat right now, anyone who's watching the show who's seen them can attest, they are so fucking bad. They are terrible.
Oh, check it out. Eric says he's never seen them either. The Final Destination movies.
A lot of people haven't, but at the same time, Triple N says they're hilarious. You have no idea. They're so fun. The ways people die, you're just sitting there going, who greenlit this shit? Who decided
this was good?
Right. It was like the early to mid 2000s.
Okay.
And back then they were green. It was like when The Grudge and The Ring became popular. So they were greenlighting everything in the horror genre.
And I've seen those many times, actually.
So if you go, so it started with the Blair Witch Project. And I think that came out in 99. Yeah, July of 99. So then after that, you had The Ring. That came out in 2002.
Okay.
The Grudge date. 2004.
All very close.
Yeah, so all these horror movies kept going out because they couldn't miss. And then you had Final Destination date. Okay, that was 2000. So that was right after Blair Witch. That was one of the first ones. And then you had Saw shortly after all those.
So what happens in these movies?
The concept of Final Destination is death chooses when it's going to get someone.
Isn't that what usually happens?
No. It doesn't matter where you are, what you do, anything like that. Death has picked you. Death's going to get you at this time, and it will make do with whatever's around you.
Okay.
I shit you not, that's what they went with. Ali Larder's in it, believe it or not. You don't.
No
you don't know who Ali Larder is?
I don't know all these tiny names the way you do.
I don't know any of the.
I know faces pretty well.
The cast in this, other than Ali Larder. Daniel Roebuck, the guy who plays Jay Leno in The Late Shift. Yeah, Daniel Roebuck's in it. He's also in Rob Zombie's remake of The Munsters.
Okay.
That he did. Sean William Scott is in it. Holy shit. Amanda Detmer. You know where you saw Amanda Detmer? April started watching Saving Silverman today.
Oh, that chick.
She's the nun.
Yeah.
So Amanda Detmer is in that movie. Fucking hell. And by the way, I would not have known that name.
Yeah, I bet you
had we not watched that movie today. Ali Larder. You'll remember her. She was, that's Ali Larder.
What else is she in?
She's, we'll go through her.
Oh, I know that chick.
Legally Blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Resident Evil.
I do know her.
I feel like she's been in something recently.
I don't think so.
Never mind. She is fucking nothing. She was big for a little bit. She was, oh boy. She really didn't do shit.
Resident Evil.
I must have watched a shitty movie with her in it.
Probably Legally Blonde.
Oh, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. She was Chrissy in that. Legally Blonde she was in. She was Darcy in Varsity Blues. That's where I remember Ali Larder.
I bet.
She was Darcy in Varsity Blues. She wore the whipped cream bikini.
I've had one of those before.
Of course you have. Of course you have.
It's not what you think.
Sometimes you meet someone.
It wasn't for a guy.
After their crazy days. And then you hear about, you're like, oh, remember that slutty movie where that dumb whore wore a whipped cream bikini? And then your wife goes, oh, I've worn one of those. And you go,
I would bet most women have.
I bet you not.
It wasn't for a guy.
Brittany,
it happened.
Brittany, you black dating lesbian whore. Have you ever worn a whipped cream bikini? Hey, people saying, "Oh, April."
April at a whipped cream.
April
phase.
at a whipped cream phase, of course.
No.
What did you wear a whipped cream bikini for?
At a sleepover, playing games actually.
And you did tits and puss and the whole deal?
Tits.
Oh, you kept your underwear on, or did you keep like shorts on or pants on?
They didn't make me take my pants off.
Oh, so you wore pants.
I had jeans on, but I had like the whipped cream top on.
You were with the girls and you put whipped cream on your tits.
I was with the girls, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a whipped cream bikini. That's just putting whipped cream on your tits.
That's a half a whipped cream bikini.
Yeah, that's just putting whipped cream on your tits while the girls are over. We've all done that. I put whipped cream on.
I don't like the shame you put on me for that.
Well, I mean, if you would have done the whole whipped cream bikini, I mean, that's a pretty slutty mess.
Fun? What do you mean? I bet you would die for me to put a whipped cream bikini on for
absolutely.
you.
If it was for me, that's totally different. And I would be very discreet. I would not tell a soul.
Oh.
But
I bet you wouldn't.
I would tell only
fucking blabbermouth.
I would only tell people I personally talked to one-on-one for the next year and a half.
I don't like anyone in the chat saying no about my whipped cream bikini. Like, oh no, April, no. If you wouldn't.
I think they see you a certain way, and that it lowers.
What am I, an innocent?
It lowers their value. You know, it seems very a basic.
How does that lower a value?
I don't know.
That seems like something fun.
I'm trying to talk for them. It's because I set it up as like, oh, that's the slutty chick from Varsity Blues, the whore who wore the whipped cream bikini.
The one that you remembered.
That's true.
Exactly. The one everybody remembers.
The other one was Amy Smart. She's very famous.
God, I can't remember which one she is.
She's the one. Do you remember Scrubs when I showed you Scrubs? Do you remember Tasty Coma Wife? Do you remember the movie Road Trip?
I do know Road Trip.
She's Beth in Road Trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
She's that one. Eric says April needs to lose a bet on the show. All right, boys, take her easy.
I'm under a choke collar and a short chain here.
Fuck off. Aaron puts whipped cream on his tits at least once a week. Yeah, see, people know.
You've had whipped cream on your tits, haven't you?
I don't know. Were you hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I have. I don't know. I fell asleep one night and then I woke up and I tasted something sweet in my mouth. So maybe April was snowballing whipped cream from my tits into my mouth. I have no idea. Oh, shit. That's why you said you need to go through your phone and delete videos. Fuck. Yeah, see, Raider Hawk Media says April seems so wholesome. Other people saying a good Christian girl.
I totally am.
April whipped cream bikini sounds like another goal. We see April as a nice barley field fucker. It's like
Jesus Christ.
Amy Smart, Road Trip. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Road Trip.
Everybody knows Amy Smart. You'll know Amy. You know her too.
No, I'm pretty sure I do know who you're talking about.
Someone says Amy Smart is in Crank 2.
Crank 2 is a naughty movie.
Who the fuck knows about Crank 2?
My own father said, don't watch it with me, but give it a watch sometime.
No, there's Crank. No, he was saying Crank 2. High voltage. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it Crank 2
I'm not
high
retarded.
voltage?
I know the difference between Crank and Crank 2.
Kenneth says you tasted bleach, Aaron. You jerked off in your own mouth while April pegged you. Well, no, I was awake for that. God. I used to think April was wholesome. Now I know she got some holes, says Zilch. You brought
They're all plugged up now.
You brought this evil on yourself.
I thought I had an innocent childhood story.
Wait. Oh, yuck. How old were you girls when you did the whipped cream on your tits?
Like 17, 18.
Okay, well, I mean, Jesus. You were, Chris D'Elia bait then.
Only one of us was texting him. It wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Good.
It was a chubby one.
Oh, I didn't know that he wanted that.
She was desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, experts now say fat kids should be maxed out on meds and surgeries instead of going outside and not chugging soda.
What?
We've really accelerated the path to hell in the last few years. It does seem that way. It seems like since COVID, the powers that be kind of went, oh, we can fuck with these people whenever we want. They won't do a goddamn thing. All right, well, let loose the hounds of hell.
I kind of do feel like that's what we want to do now. Like, people don't want to live, right?
Maybe that's it.
I think things are just so dire that you're looking for a way out, but you need some kind of weird, innocent, long-form death so that it doesn't look like you killed yourself.
Well, with kids, the problem is with childhood obesity, it's as much the parent's responsibility, if not more so, than the child's, because children don't know about that kind of...
Right, we know better.
Yeah, we know better. So there's a really disturbing trend we have now where, like, exercise is evil and losing weight is bad. And it's like that goes against every item of public health that's existed since forever.
Will there ever be a day where we get away from, like, praising fat people and go back to, like, promoting being a healthy weight?
You wonder, I mean, maybe because we have gone in the past historically to fat means like affluent and wealthy and doing well. It's a sign of, success and all that. And then that gave way to, hey, you want to lose weight, you want to be in shape. But it does seem like now we're on that ascent towards, oh, you're beautiful at any weight. I mean, objectively, no. Let's take a poll. Let's ask around. You're healthy at any weight. Well, anyone with who's in med school right now knows that that's not true.
No, it's not.
You're not healthy at any weight. Having a higher body fat count is not necessarily a good thing.
Okay, but the problem here is, when I was growing up, there used to be controversies out about the Victoria's Secret angels, those models. There used to be controversy out like, oh, that's not healthy for young girls to have to look at those women and think that they've got to look like them and be skinny and hot and all this shit. In a way, think that's healthier than looking at the current models and thinking that that's okay.
Seeing Lizzo wear a fucking parachute on her cunt.
Yes, they're fat chunks, and it's like really unhealthy.
Well, what happened was you broads complained, and I'm using the royal you.
Yeah.
Broads complained, and so what society did was it took the wheel and spun it in the completely opposite direction. Like there was that overcorrection of like, well, we don't want to see these stick figure models with their ribs sticking out. And like, okay, we went, maybe you got a point. We could go a little more full figured, but we breezed right past like a Carmen Electra and went to Lizzo.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't just promote having like a healthy BMI index or anything like that. Like just a healthy weight range for a certain size person.
Yeah.
Like you've got to either have your ribs exposed or have a tank rolling in.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, it is making me sick. I hate it. You go to Target. Target's huge, by the way, and all kids go to Target, so they see these pictures. And you walk by the Victoria's Secret stores, and it's all fat bitches now instead of, like, pretty ones.
All right, coming down the runway in our new swimsuit. No, that is not an M1 Abrams tank. That is our newest angel here at Victoria's Secret. Coming down the catwalk at 5'9" tall, she weighs in at 442 pounds from Death Valley, Arizona. The Catwalk Breaker.
Are you saying we could just be putting cattle
they're just
in lingerie and just auctioning them off? And so we could kill two birds with one stone. We can auction off the livestock and we can model the bikinis.
They're going to get Howard Finkel from old WWE announcing to call the girls down the catwalk. And now entering the catwalk, she weighs in at 572 pounds. And new thyroid activity champion of the world, Victoria's Secret.
All of them have underactive thyroids now.
Oh, they're all just, and overactive appetites. The whole thing.
I don't think just because you're fat, like it has nothing to do with being a good person or not, but Jesus Christ, you're not going to live.
No.
You cannot live a long, healthy life at that weight. You can't. And for as bad as Victoria's Secret is, if you go to like Rihanna's lingerie website, you've got like people my height that are fucking pushing 4 bills.
Yeah.
And just roll on top of roll with the tiniest of fucking little patches on. And it's so gross.
Kenneth says, no, it's not an atom bomb. It's Shatarius Jones. She's got a lovely figure and a cock that will rupture a prostate.
Oh.
TM says, her secret, she's wearing a pool cover. God, man. It is.
It's true, though.
Well,
they've got tarps on now.
Yeah, they fired the CEO who thought it would be a good idea to use fat models and then hire a retard. Like that CEO is now gone. It's like, They put a woman in charge of Victoria's Secret, and it took her less than 5 years to fuck the whole thing up because she went, oh, it's not about sexy women. It's about the product. No, dipshit. It's about the sexy women. Because here's what happened. They'd see the sexy women. The guys would see the sexy women. They go, fuck, I've got a rager. And the women would find the Victoria's Secret catalog in the bathroom, and they'd find jizz all over the toilet seat. And the wives would go, oh my God, I want to look like her. So my husband wants to, take his dick out at me. And so then women would go and buy that shit. And then,
there used to be a certain feeling associated with that, like of feeling sexy or
Right.
feeling good about yourself.
So all of these people one day were jacking off to Victoria's Secret models. Then the next day, a mentally retarded girl shows up on the cover, and they're like, if I jack off to this, I'm going directly to hell.
I think I've heard you say that before.
Right.
Yeah.
So the person who ran the company obviously had no fucking idea what she was doing, but decided she would go on this moral crusade of like, I'm going to be an every woman. And look, every woman doesn't want to look like Lizzo. In fact, few of them do.
And nobody wants to admit that, though, lest you be fat phobic now.
Yeah.
God forbid. And as far as like hiring I'm sure the very nice, but, Down syndrome lady or like the really heavy ones, it's just about being inclusive now instead of promoting your product and the feeling you want it to give people.
Right. So anyway, we kind of got off on a side tangent from the childhood obesity thing.
Because it leads to that, and it's disgusting.
The amount they're trying to target children now, though, is really troubling, and it's hard for the rest of us to act like we don't notice it. Because there's a lot of like targeting children for shit that they're not ready for, they don't understand. But like the people who keep targeting them want the kids to be a certain way. Like anyone who wants to manipulate a kid that's too young to understand what's really going on, like the trans thing.
Yeah.
Kids don't know anything about sex and gender or anything like that. But you got a 6-year-old who wants to put heels on, and they've got a single mom with Munchausen by proxy syndrome, and they go, oh, it's just like a poodle in a purse. I'll make my kid a trans kid. And anyone who criticizes me for it, I get to yell at them and call them a transphobe, and I get to cry and be a victim. And look at my little mascot, everybody. Hey, ma'am, you're fucking your kid up really bad. Like, it could lead to suicide and all kinds of terrible things later in life. They don't give a shit because they get attention. Me. And now anyone who criticizes my baby, I get to be a good mama bear.
Mm-hmm. And now you're the hero to that kid, of course.
Unbelievable.
Because anytime things go badly, who do they run to first?
Right. And then if you're a good parent and you tell kids, the kids hear about this shit at school, and then they go, Mom, I think I want to change my gender. You go, no, you don't. You're just hearing a bunch of horse shit at school. It's peer pressure. If they all told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? No. Give it some time. Play your games, play with your friends. You don't need to, the same people who told us that there shouldn't be any gendered toys, the same people who told us it doesn't matter, boys can play with princesses and girls can play with trucks, they're the first ones who, when they see a boy playing with a doll, they're like, let's make it a girl and cut its dick off and put it on hormone pills. You fucking lunatic.
At what point does that end up being like, isn't the whole thing about being a gay person and a trans person that it's not, like the people that are that way, like they'll stand by, oh, it's not a trendy thing. It's how you actually feel inside. It's how you're born and stuff. But then you've got kids like you just gave an example of that in school when they see people doing it, like, oh, I kind of feel like maybe I should do that.
It now becomes a way to get attention. Mm-hmm. It does. Obesity affects nearly 20% of kids and teens in the U.S. and about this is a hard number to even read. 42% of adults are obese.
Aye.
Almost half of us are obese. Look, I mean, you take a look at me. Medically, I'm as close to like normal weight as I am obesity. Like if I get up to 230, 235, I'm obese.
I don't know what my range is.
But like we've lowered the bar for what obese is so bad. Like people look at people who are genuinely obese and they go, oh, he's just a little chubby. It's like, no, medically, that's an obese guy. He has obesity.
You know where that comes from too, though? Like we all think we have to be so kind about everything now. So nobody wants to be honest with anyone. It's just about being kind and not hurting feelings.
I think it's that.
Shame.
I think it's that. Plus, people don't know the definition of obesity.
I'm sure they don't anymore. It's been sugarcoated.
The last time I heard, it was 20 pounds over what's considered the high end of normal.
Okay.
Definition of obesity. That's the last time I heard it. The state of condition of being fat or overweight. Overweight and obesity are defined as abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that presents a risk to health. Body mass index over 25 is considered overweight, and over 30 is obese. Okay. The only problem I have with the body mass index is it would take someone like a professional prize fighter and would label them obese.
Yeah, but I think you can know that that's an outlier.
Yeah, you can know that's an outlier.
You can do the eye test.
So if you went BMI chart, I bet you I'm close to obesity. People say, oh, you're out of your mind. No, I'm pretty sure. If we go well, they let me do halves, 3.5 inches, 220, compute beyond, 27.1. So I'm overweight. I'm not obese, but I'm overweight. If I went to 230, that's still not obese. How fucking fat do I have to be to get obese?
Well, you're a big person. That shit's got to spread out.
Hey, I've never been obese. Nice. I thought at my heaviest I would have been obese. I was not. I was just...
Do you want to do me?
I mean, yeah, but do you want me to put you in the BMI chart?
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh.
Do you?
Yeah, of course.
You got it eventually.
Maybe later.
5'6", you beautiful bitch, you.
Mm-hmm. 120's fine.
Oh, okay.
It was 118, 120.
19.4. Oh, man, you're almost underweight. You got to get eaten, bitch.
No, wait. I thought...
No, you got to get eaten. You're less than 1% away from being underweight.
There's no way.
You got to get
Because I feel like if I were to put on... I usually weighed like about 118. I'm a little heavy today.
Yeah. Oh, if you go to 118, let's see if you're underweight.
There's no way because the way my body carries it, that doesn't even look right.
Nope, 0.5. You're 0.5 away from being underweight when you're 118.
I kind of don't agree with that. I feel like when I look at myself, I certainly don't look underweight.
130, 135, you're still good.
That's the highest I've ever been, by the way.
150, you're still good if you weighed 150.
No way.
Yep.
That's a fucking joke because think about if I put on...
You got to get to 165, so you would have to gain 45 pounds.
Think of if I got up to 150, though, how that looks. That's not cool.
You'd look like a big old bitch.
So at some point, I think this shit's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Well, now with... 20%, God, so 42% of adults are obese. That's insane.
That's a lot.
So now 20% of kids are obese. That's a parental issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's a letting the kids eat too much, not letting them get outside enough kind of a deal. Not even letting them,
the right kind of food.
Not even letting them get outside. Your kids can play hard inside too. Like in the wintertime here in Minnesota, Louie will come up from the basement. They're running around and playing. I'll go, hey buddy, and I'll kind of touch his head like that. I'll go, Jesus, what the fuck have you guys been doing down there? I'll just come up.
He's just rage sweating.
Yeah, he's just rage sweating from playing with the girls. But yeah, I mean, just let the little fuckers run around every once in a while. So now, according to the new health guidelines by experts, now this isn't like the CDC. I believe the American Academy of Pediatrics provided new guidelines. And you tell me, April, you tell me after I read this to you, if this was in any way perhaps influenced by drug corporations. You tell me, because obese children, what would be your, not being a medical professional, what would be your recommendation for an obese child?
Fix the diet and get some exercise.
Okay, simple enough. I think that's been the advice for hundreds of years.
Pretty basic.
Well, you aren't cashing millions of dollars worth of checks from Pfizer.
You're right.
You? Exactly.
Remarkably broke over here.
So now do we, remember the guy in, it is kind of becoming like Idiocracy. Remember the cabinet member who after everything would say brought to you by Carl's Jr.? Mm-hmm. Now with the American Academy of Pediatrics, they go, I'm the head of the American Academy of Pediatrics, brought to you by Pfizer. That'll work, actually. It'd be more honest than what we do now.
It would be honest. I would like to know who's sponsoring everyone.
Yeah. So this is what the American Academy of Pediatrics said. Children struggling with obesity should be evaluated and treated early and aggressively, including with medications for kids as young as 12 and surgeries for those as young as 13.
You know that's not okay, right? I don't know what kind
bad.
of surgery they're referring to. If it's the, when they make your stomach smaller and shit like that, so you can't
That's what they're talking about.
You want to know something? I've known an adult who had that done, and she was in her 50s, I believe, at the time. That is a last result. They don't want to have to get to that point. And now we're recommending it for children.
Well, our buddy Matt Wood said the same thing. He goes, I let myself get so fat. I was so unhealthy. I let myself get so bad that I had to have this done. It was a last resort. Mm-hmm. And with this now, what alarms me is that whether it's the trans thing or the obesity thing, it's really gross how the Academy of Pediatrics, their solution to everything now seems to be, hey, don't take any personal responsibility for your children. Give them to us. We'll cut them open for you. Like if your child starts wearing dresses instead of going, look, it's a phase that all boys have gone through every generation their entire lives. It's not something you need to worry about. Now, instead, in 2023, they go, well, bring them into our clinic. Maybe we'll cut them open for you.
It's like we're treating children like lab rats.
Yes,
at this point.
100. You're absolutely right. And now with obesity, instead of the guidelines being what you said, diet and exercise, mom and dad, it's now, hey, bring them to us. We'll cut them open for you.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
I have a question for you. Do you think there are a lot of medications out there that have like weight gain as a side effect. Do you think that has anything to do with the obesity going up and shit like that? Because even at young ages, if like a kid comes in and a doctor is quick to deem them as, oh, they've got anxiety problems or depression, and they throw them on an SSRI and shit like that. Yeah. Weight gain is a problem with those. Or if we're throwing girls on birth control, younger and younger, that's a weight gain thing too.
It's possible.
I mean, there's a chance that has a role to play too.
Definitely possible. I know that the way we're processing food too has a lot to do with it. Milk especially.
A lot of extra hormones, and hormones obviously are a problem for weight gain.
The long-standing practice of watchful waiting. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Like a lot of kids 9 and 10, they use the term baby fat, but a lot of kids do thin out. Yeah. Like a lot of kids are chubby and they thin out over time.
I certainly feel like my face alone even looked fatter back in the day.
When you were in high school?
Yeah, I don't think I looked fat, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you had kind of a
rounder face.
Yeah, a rounder face. I've seen the pictures. Yeah.
Thanks.
Jacked it to him a couple of times.
Oh, stop that.
The long-standing practice of watchful waiting or delaying treatment to see whether children and teens outgrow or overcome obesity. I just want to say, I was joking about that last thing. I realized that you were a high schooler in those photos. That's not what I meant. I'm feeling guilty about that joke. Or delaying treatment to see whether children and teens outgrow or overcome. Don't look at me like that. Or overcome. Oh, God, definitely don't look at me like that. All right, go back to the other one. Not that. The other one. The one where you go like this. Yeah, that one. That's the one I like. Perfect. Don't go changing just to please
Will
me.
You do this for everybody one more time?
There you go. How do you do a show when your entire audience has erections? That's my question.
Do they? Over you, of course.
They'd fucking better. You think I rub my tits to
I hope they all have raging boners.
You think I rub my tits for flaccid dicks? Get the fuck out of town.
Standards, at least.
Yeah. The long-standing... Where did it go wrong? Where did it go off the rails tonight? I'm not sure. Between my ranting about kids and the New World Order and shit.
Now kids and their futures.
And I'm rubbing my tits.
And now you're rubbing your tits to the thought of it.
Doesn't sound good. The long-standing practice of watchful waiting or delaying treatment to see whether children and teens outgrow or overcome obesity on their own only worsens the problem that affects more than 14.4 million young people in the U.S., researchers say. Left untreated, obesity can lead to lifelong health problems, including high blood pressure, diabetes, or depression. All right.
True.
Wait a minute, though. Fucking pick a lane. Are we healthy at any size and we should do fat acceptance and we shouldn't body shame? Or if someone's fat, should you treat it like there's chain smoking cigarettes and going, hey, asshole, you're going to die?
It almost seems like they're picking, when it comes to fat adults, it's almost like they're given up on already. Like it's already happened. So you might as well like accept them and they're beautiful and all that. But like as kids, they're like, pump the drugs in and shit. Because people, you know why it is? When an adult is an adult, it's over and it's up to them. But parents will do anything for their children. So if you pump a list of like negative side effects of obesity to the parents, they would do anything to make it go away.
Sure, but like then you have like, this is why it's so irresponsible for these celebrities like Lizzo to go out there and just project their insecurities, where they're like, oh, it's fine if I look like this, it's wonderful. And you're like, no, it's unhealthy. It could lead to this, that, and the other thing. And they're like, says who? Says doctors. They say it in this thing here. But then they keep their mouth shut when these fat celebrities tell all these young kids, hey, it's okay to be a giant pig. Shouldn't you guys be jumping in and talking about that? I guarantee these kids are going to listen to Lizzo before they'll listen to the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Yeah.
But no, they don't want to bother. They don't want to get in trouble. Eric wants to know, is April drinking from the cap of one of those Brewmate insulated wine bottles? Are you?
What do you mean?
Are you drinking from the cap of a wine bottle?
No, I don't even... I'm not a wine person. I have like a Yeti coffee mug with some bourbon coffee.
He's fucking on to you, my friend. So for the first time, the group's guidance sets ages at which kids and teens should be offered medical treatments such as drugs and surgery, in addition to intensive diet, exercise, and other behavior and lifestyle interventions. If you don't think that the drug companies had something to do with these new instructions on childhood obesity, then I don't think you've been paying attention.
I would agree.
Because the idea that they're going, hey, remember the whole exercising and eating right thing for kids so they weren't obese? Is that still good? Oh yeah, that's all still well and great. But can we interest you in these pills? They'll be good.
It's easier.
Yeah, that to me,
it's a quick fix.
That doesn't sound like doctors giving you advice. That sounds like pushers pushing.
And
hey, do you have that big test you're studying for? I mean, yeah, you could crack the books and you could read and intake the information and be responsible and everything else. Or we could give you a shitload of blow the night before the test and you can just go ahead and study.
Adderall.
Yeah. Well, let's have some fun. You college kids, back in the day. I was always disappointed when I was in college age, but I got out early because I wanted to go do radio because I'm so fucking smart.
Because you're so cool.
Yeah, exactly. I remember they would have like Ziploc bags with Adderall pills in them. And I'm like, I
watched my friends do that. Yeah. I've actually never tried one.
Like, to me, that was no fun. It's like, that's the legal stuff. Come on.
But that's like the easy way to get your hands on shit because it's legal.
I know, but there's something so gay and white about like doing it that way.
You are so weird. Like, you'll say shit like that, but then when it comes to people smoking weed, which is something illegal, you're totally against it and all that shit. Dude, but like you draw some weird arbitrary lines.
It's barely illegal now.
Look, I agree.
I think if you're in college, go ahead and smoke weed. You're kind of a loser bum anyway. So smoke a loser bum drug. But once you become an adult and you've got hopes and dreams, you're either blasting coke or stick to drinking, you queeb. Like, I don't want to see.
So are we queebs?
Well, no, we stick to drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
In that scenario, that's the queeb.
Oh, I did say stick to drinking, you queeb. I meant the queeb was someone who goes, oh, I'm going to do drugs. I'm going to smoke weed. Weed isn't a drug. Stop it. That's training wheels. That's like saying training wheels are a bicycle. They're not. Either get in there, hit it hard, or say, hey, my drug days are done in college. By the way, I just want to let you know, because you're looking at me all funny.
Yeah.
I am making this take up on the fly.
I know you are.
I have absolutely no proof or evidence to support anything I'm saying right now. Nothing. Brian says, coming from the guy who gets hammered off 2 drinks. Right. I know my limitations. I'm not sitting here going, drugs, bro. Drugs is good. Drugs are gay.
I'm just always saying your message on drugs is very odd. Like, you look down upon people that might smoke weed every now and then because it makes them feel good or relax or something.
I don't care
helps them sleep better.
I don't care why they do it.
Fuck that. Do some coke like a real person.
Yeah. I want to chill. Drink booze.
Fuck Adderall. That shit's legal. Go for the other shit.
Right. Adderall's lame. It's like, that's... Steven Crowder does Adderall. Oh, man, that's a real rebel drug. Crowder does it. Fuck that. If I see Crowder hitting rails on Louder with Crowder, I'll go, you know what? Respect. Earn the fucking guitar riff. Does that sound like an Adderall riff to you? No.
No.
That's a Coke riff. You want to... What's this one? Wait. Hold on. What's this one? Okay. Here's an Adderall riff.
Okay.
Yay! Go me. I have a small pea.
This is a Coke riff. Hot rails. Change my mind.
A good question for you from Standalone Cakecorn. Are you calling Bob Levy a queeb? That guy smokes weed all the time.
No, I'm making this up as I go, clearly. And Bob's old. He's probably got like glaucoma and shit, so it's medicinal.
Oh, he has glaucoma now.
Yeah, Bob's probably got glaucoma and all kinds
Bob?
of shit. Yeah, Bob, that's fine with me.
Are you about to say Bob has ED and shit like that too?
Would you guys like to? Well, I can't confirm. That Lorenzo fucking picture is great.
I love his mustache.
Would you guys like to hear Bob Levy try to say solar panels? Speaking of Bob, oh yeah,
seems pretty basic.
Would you like to hear? Let's listen to Bob's pronounce this. Here you go, guys.
This sounds like the guy that tried to sell me the solo panels. Solo panel. Solo. Fuck it, the thing's on the roof.
Bob just wanted to talk about solar panels.
This sounds like the guy that tried to sell me the solo panels. Solo panel. Solo. Fuck it, the thing's on the roof.
Wow. That one really gave him problems, huh?
He just wanted to say solar panels.
That kind of sounds like you lately, though. You stroke out a lot.
Yeah, well,
I've been a little worried.
Maybe I'm getting old. Hey, did fucking Shuley have Eric Bischoff on his show? Get the hell out of here.
Everybody was pretty convinced, as well as myself, by the way,
right,
that the Saudi deal was done, and it's not. You know, my co-host on Strictly Business, John Alba, was up working this all night last night.
Fucking Eric, Shuley landed Bischoff? I mean, nice get, but fuck, I got to get Cornette now.
I wrote it down.
I got to keep up with Shuley.
I wrote it down. I'm going to get it.
Oh, wow. I was reading that first. Jesus. Eric says, but Bob has the same speaking issue like Stuttering John. Bob tries to say it. John can't say it.
Solar panels.
Solar panels.
I don't even know.
The thing's on the roof.
I don't even know how to say how he said it. Solar panels.
Solar, yeah. I don't.
Solar.
I'm not sure.
Solar pernals.
Solar pernals. Solar penals.
Penals.
I will say this. I have a theory. My theory is this. Shuley is working his Jew magic to get all these great people on his shows. It's definitely...
Or he's just a magical Jew.
No. It's his secret leprechaun Jew magic is what it is.
Now leprechauns are Jewish.
Yeah, well, he's got Jewish leprechaun magic, and he's working it to get Eric Bischoff on his show.
I prefer my leprechauns to be Jewish.
Well, they're smarter with their pot of gold, that's for sure. They watch it closer.
Stop it. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, they watch it a lot closer than the other ones. God damn, I can't compete with Shuley if he's going to go super Jew on me. I mean, that's not fair.
You need to like change your last name or something because Aaron works for the Jew stuff. But
it does. That's
Imholt
true.
Does not.
That's true. Shuley. Oh, here's another Elisa thing. Oh, I got screenshots now about people writing about Botter.
Oh, that's a lot.
Holy shit. Yeah, people celebrating the arrest. Yeah, she feels bad. She erased all negative posts and removed people from her Discord, including Tony Stark, who was the first one to charge him, and he pled guilty the other day. Tony was in court and saw the kid with his mom via Zoom. She is a serious piece of shit. Oh, if you have any video of those Zoom courts, please send them. I mean, we're at least owed, you and I, getting to watch those privately.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to look at those later.
Wow, I'm looking at your DMs here. You got some serious heavyweights in there, huh?
Popular
guy.
Well, yeah, no, I talk to some people from time to time. By the way, apologize to E-Rock for calling him a heavyweight. That's not very nice.
I meant like
Why would you say something like
big
that?
names. Eric is lovely.
Okay.
Like, he's very cute.
Shuli wrote to me this morning during the show. He says, I'm watching you, fucker. Great job. He said, I would text you, but I don't have your number, anti-Semite. Accused me of anti-Semitism. So I sent him my number and said, you needy Jew. And then E-Rock, of course, DMs me, dump her.
Why? So you can have me?
Oh,
See,
we're
he's
working
working
an angle.
angles.
I see. Well, he's not going to smell like a black guy.
It's okay.
So that's
we can work on it.
it's going to be a big problem for you.
So wait, you've got people just asking for your phone number and shit?
Well, that was a very
cool.
passive aggressive Talmudic way to ask me for my phone number.
His Talmudic ways.
If you
His
ask
Talmudic leprechaunery.
Yeah, that was Talmudic leprechaun behavior, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I think he's using that Jew brew magic to.
I prefer Jew brew, actually. That's good.
How do we compete with that? Like he's Eric Bischoff, just like that. We got to get Cornette. We got to get him.
I wrote it the fuck down. I can work on this evening.
But I like your idea. You know, I use that name Aaron, and maybe we make my stage name Imholstein.
Look, you can change your last name anytime. It's not that hard. I've had to do it before. You fill out a paper.
All right. Stuttering John's fingernails says Shuli is going to cast his Jew spells on you. Yeah, that's why I'm holding back. That's why I always try to
You gave him the number.
That's why I always try to keep Shuli close to me, you know, so he doesn't think I'm an enemy, because I don't need that evil being cast on me.
All these people texting you now.
Yeah. I don't need to fall afoul of the Kibbutz Shuli fucking channel now.
That is a pretty nice get, though.
That's a nice get.
You're acting all fucking jealous and shit, and you just got to talk to your idol last night, which I thought was awesome.
I got anti-Semitism accusations. He says, love you, thank you. Been giving your number out all day. And I wrote back to him, I can't wait to hear from Chad. Well, if Shuli's going to give out my number. All right, guys, let's go into other things.
Oh, E-Rock says he smells like sugar cookies.
Oh, that's delightful.
See, isn't that fun? With
sometimes people
little almond extract. Oh.
Yeah, sometimes people smell exactly like you thought they would.
It sleeps so well next to the sugar cookie. It's just comforting, really.
See, now it's a fantasy where my wife leaves me for another man, so I feel like I need to insult the situation. But I don't know. I don't want to.
You don't want to insult.
I don't want
to
stoop to that level. I think. April would prefer cocoa butter extract, but you guys get the idea.
I said we can work on it.
All right.
Cocoa butter does, in fact, smell like cookies. So.
Rusty Pipe says Anthony Cumia. Yes, we did an interview with Anthony.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half long. It's on the channel. Go check it out. You'll love it. I promise. Microsoft is reportedly planning to invest $10 billion creating an AI tool chat. There's no reason to do this. I mean, I can tell you how it ends. Ready? You're going to love your new AI chatbot that you create. You're going to think it's the most awesome thing that's ever existed, and nobody's ever done it quite like this. And oh my God, this AI chatbot's going to be amazing. It'll be calling people the N-word within 6 days. That's how it always ends up. They either threaten to blow up the universe and eliminate mass amounts of people, or they just start calling people racist shit.
Which one sounds like more fun?
To me?
Yeah.
The second one. Yeah, right, of course. But like they have these, everyone wants to create these AI, and we're so not ready.
I don't like AI.
Well,
I don't like it. If that makes me old and weird, I don't know. It's fine.
Do you remember, I can't remember who did it, if it was Google or if it was Microsoft or somebody tried to create an AI, and it just, like, the chat learned how to fuck with it and manipulate it, so they just turned it racist. Microsoft, yeah, it was Microsoft tried it again. Microsoft AI racist. Racist robot, Microsoft experiment under fire.
Hello, world! At TNU's first words, 8:14 Wednesday morning, promising the more you talk, the smarter Tay gets.
I've heard
Microsoft
of this.
designed Tay's software to mimic the speech patterns of 18 to 24-year-olds. Tweet to Tay.
Uh-oh.
18 to 24. Good luck.
A lot of gamer words going to get used in there.
Fucked
And
your
the
mom
bot
last
tweets
night.
you back. But it did not take long for internet trolls to poison Tay's mind. Soon Tay was ranting about
Hitler did nothing.
Oh my God. It's always the right time for a Holocaust
It's always
joke.
the right time for a Holocaust joke.
That's not wrong.
Oh, well, right. I mean, as long as you tell it right.
As long as it's in good taste.
Yeah.
Twitter follower asking, did the Holocaust happen? Tay replied, it was made up.
Oh, so the internet treated the tweet bot the way Gino treats Frankie McDonald.
Yes. Goading them into things.
Okay, I understand now.
Launching
Frankie.
racist and anti-feminist attacks. Some of them so rude we can't even show you them. One critic tweeted,
Why not?
Microsoft, you didn't anticipate this? Said another, what did they expect it would learn from social media? Parents, take note.
You build the Frankenstein monster and you have to control it once it's out in the public. You have to have filters in place to make sure that these bots are being respectful to the community that you're unleashing them on.
But hang on, we've seen this movie before, right?
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Whether it's 2001: A Space Odyssey
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
or War Games,
Shall we play a game?
shouldn't we know this never ends well? Less than 16 hours after Tay's birth,
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Microsoft's shiny new chatbot was pretty much lost in space. The company in full damage control.
Oh, Jesus. Did you see that one? Here.
The company
Hold on.
in
Okay, Jews did 9/11.
Wow, they made her remarkably anti-Semitic.
Holy shit.
That's
full
nuts.
damage control mode, deleting Tay's most obscene thoughts,
Anyone would be a better president than
pulling the
Obama.
plug. The lesson?
Strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
We ought to pay closer attention to the movies.
Yeah, but movies aren't supposed to become real life. That's the thing.
Well, and with the Microsoft chatbot, so they're going to try again.
How
They're
about
going to
no?
invest $10 billion in OpenAI as part of a funding round that would value the company at $29 billion. Microsoft will reportedly get a 75% share of OpenAI's profits until it makes back the money on its investment, after which the company would assume a 49% stake in OpenAI. A bet on ChatGPT could help Microsoft boost its efforts in web search, a market dominated by Google. Yeah. Or you could create another AI that just starts blaming the Jews for everything.
I always feel so old when I have to address things like this. I don't know why we need this. Why do we need AI
Well,
and all that
look,
shit? Why can't we just handle our own shit?
We would get there eventually, but we always try to do this shit before we're ready.
But why do we need it?
Because
Answer me.
somebody else does something, and then we need the AI to catch up with it. Well, I'll tell you why we need it. So Microsoft wants to catch Google. They can't do it the way Google does it, so they're trying to get an edge to get ahead of Google. So it's just this arms race of information. That's what they're doing.
But I don't know.
Yes?
I don't want to say anything because I always end up feeling like an old boomer that just doesn't understand shit. I don't understand the need for the AI in this regard, like
Yeah.
online shit like that. I don't know why you can't just be in charge of your own shit, write your own shit. I don't know why there needs to be a robot out there writing shit for you.
Because that would take lots of people and lots of labor and lots of money when you could just have this AI program it and then it goes and does all of that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure that can never go bad.
That's, well, it's only happened like every
And we're
time
just
before.
Spending, what did it say? Was it millions or billions of dollars?
Billions
Yeah,
of
billions of dollars on the thing that will ultimately go wrong.
Yeah, that's going to $10 billion they're going to spend on that.
Now,
And look,
I feel really old now, so thank you.
someday I believe we'll be able to get this thing to a point where it can be functional. I just don't think we're there yet, and we're going to go through a shitload of very public malfunctions and failures with this stuff before we, get to where we're going.
Hamburger steak. I'm with April. Regular I has always been good enough for me.
Yeah, not AI,
I agree, though.
regular I.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
God.
Democratic mayors of two self-declared sanctuary cities are demanding that Colorado stop sending migrants because their social services are already overwhelmed. The letter to Colorado Governor Jared Polis, also a Democrat, from mayors Lori Lightfoot and Eric Adams of Chicago and New York, respectively, was first reported by Bill Malugin of Fox News. So this is very funny. Republicans have been telling the administration, like, look, the border's fucked.
Really?
We're in bad shape. We got too many illegals coming across. We're not doing anything to turn them back. Like, this is really bad news.
We're just busing them everywhere.
Exactly. So now the Republican governors of a couple of those states, Florida and Texas, said, well, we're busing them up to D.C., we're busing them to New York, we're busing them to all these different places so they can get a little taste of the medicine that we've been taking for 20, 30, 40 years at this point. Well, now even a Democratic state like Colorado is busing migrants to New York and Chicago because they're like, we can't fucking take any more of this shit. I think you got to give Texas a lot of credit in hindsight because we're watching them bus people to Chicago and New York for like a couple of months. And New York and Chicago go, we're overwhelmed. We can't take any more of this. What are you guys doing? You have to stop busing them here. And meanwhile, Texas has been dealing with this for 2 generations now.
Long time.
A long time, and they've been making it work.
And nobody cares.
Yeah, Texas.
Until now.
Yeah, Texas deserves a lot of credit. Right. None of these lefties cared until they started busing them to where they live.
It's always not in my backyard.
Right. It was great when they were in Texas. It was great when they were in Arizona and New Mexico and California. Yeah, never had to see them. But then they got there, and then all of a sudden it's a problem. A problem, by the way, that they still won't do anything about.
Kenneth says, or no, somebody said build a minefield. Peter said it.
Build a minefield.
I
believe we may hear about that from the United Nations and whatnot. I don't think that's going to be
tiny bit
seen as a positive.
Just got people blowing up and shit.
Yeah. Polis had announced that Colorado was busing migrants to other cities after a survey showed that, and by the way, our government doesn't want landmines on the border or anything like that. They want illegals trafficking drugs into the country so they can send that money back so that the cartels can buy a shitload of weapons so that then the Mexican military comes to us and goes, we need to buy a shitload of Black Hawk helicopters and tanks from you guys because we got to fight these cartels. So I don't think the American government has a vested interest in stopping drug trafficking or human trafficking, for that matter, at the border.
No,
because the money that goes
stake.
back to the cartels funds weapons manufacturers, and then the Mexican military buys from weapons manufacturers. It's this whole dirty game.
It's a lot of 4D chess.
Yeah, so I mean, New York and Chicago will bitch about all the migrants coming there, but they will never ask that the border be shut down or that we secure it or anything like that.
God forbid a wall.
Yeah, well, actually, this was
Fuck
funny.
that.
The president of Mexico today thanked Joe Biden. He said, I want to thank you for being the first ever American president to not build one single section of wall on the border. And it's like, bro, that's not good. It's great for Mexico because they can get all the people who can't work and are unemployed and are draining on the economy. That's going to get them to the United States, and it's not their problem anymore. Not good for us. Not good for us. So it's funny to watch these sanctuary cities that say, hey, we're great with illegal immigration. We think it's wonderful. There's no such thing as an illegal person. You watch them now for just 2 months get these people bused to them, and they're like, hey, this is a drain on our social services and quality of life.
I have some questions, though. Okay, I have not looked into this very far, obviously. So when the illegal immigrants get bused to a city, what's next? They're currently an illegal immigrant. They're not a citizen of this country. What happens next?
Well, if they're sent to a sanctuary city, that sanctuary city has already declared that they will not contact ICE and they will not do deportations. So nothing. They just kind of wander around looking for shit to do.
Are people giving them jobs?
Some yes,
Don't
some
you have
no.
to be a citizen to get a job and get paid and do taxes?
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah.
taxes.
Exactly my point.
Taxes.
Okay, that's where I'm headed with
Please.
this. Okay.
Please. You could go to pretty much any employer in certain towns and you could go bust them for immigration work violations and you could shut them down. But we don't want to do that. It would cripple the fucking economy. Are you kidding? So, yeah.
Yes, this booming economy we're having.
Yeah. I live in a rural town, says KF. They planned on building a refugee shelter here. All the local businesses got together, bought the old hotel that they were going to use, and demolished it. That's great. That is good. Look, we're going to have to cover up the next 2 years and just kind of take it and then hope something changes after. Hey, I got bad news for you guys.
Uh-oh.
You're all going to start hitting your spouses pretty soon.
I can't take more.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Like in the boxing ring? Because that's okay.
I don't know. I don't think there's any way I can control when and where. I just know that climate change has been accused of being inherently racist and sexist, and now it's been blamed for congenital heart defects. It now stands accused of another grievous category of misdeed. According to an op-ed in the Washington Post, if a man in a poor country brutalizes a woman, his victim could attribute her aggressor's malice and cruelty, at least in part, to climate change.
Why? Because the increase in temperature has burnt his brain cells?
No, it gets so hot, and then you're sweaty, and you're mad, and your wife goes, rah, 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 rah. And when you're really hot and you're sweaty, you're less patient, so you just, God damn it. They wouldn't be driving so many goddamn diesel engines in China and the United States. I wouldn't have to smack my broad around when she gets lippy, but it's so goddamn, it's 1.5 degrees warmer than it usually is every year. Now I got to get hitty.
I can't wait.
I mean, it checks out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Now I've just got to go through divorce because I'm going to be hit because of climate change.
Everybody knows that at 87 degrees, a man will not hit a woman, but you crank that up to 88. Just like the DeLorean, there's no going back.
So could we blame divorce rates then on climate change eventually because of all the hittiness?
A few bitches are brave enough to leave, I guess, but...
oh, really?
If we're going to get that...
I guess, the next guy's not going to be any less hitty.
Right, because they're going to be in climate change too, so they're going to smack you around. You're going to be living in hell.
Well, because it's hot.
Yes. The trio of authors advancing this notion. So there's 3 of these morons? It's not just one. So wait, these 3 put their collective heads together and decided, poor men hitting poor women. You know what? Climate change.
Climate change. Oh, we can blame congenital heart defects on it, but we can't talk about heart problems and other things that make a lot more sense.
Yes, climate change causes heart defects, but you know what doesn't? Experimental medicine. It makes total sense.
Doesn't that just make you want to die sometimes? You can't even talk about it.
Well, unfortunately, I can't die.
Doesn't your heart just want to burst?
Yeah, mine can't. I'm not.
What was that? You sound like that little guy from the Peanuts.
My heart won't explode.
Woodstock.
Because I'm not.
You're
No. See, my heart won't explode because I'm not.
It's becoming more clear to me now.
I'm not masturbating.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. God,
go away, I'm baiting.
These broads can't hear because it's too hot out.
Well, it's all that climate change. My eardrums are shrinking.
Your lady ears are not able to hear man voices.
Constricted eardrums.
Yeah, because of all the hot weather.
And all that hitting in my hammer and anvil have fallen apart.
The trio of authors advancing this notion, Jeffrey Ondieki, Disha Shetty, and Ali Balagatas C.
Alibaba.
Yes. Tend to write about human rights, environmental, and women's issues. Yay, so they're worthless. In their article, co-published yesterday by The Post and the Fuller Project, their interests apparently converged, culminating in the suggestion that the threat of violence, this is a quote, the threat of violence could become more common as climate change makes extreme weather more intense and frequent. Because everyone knows that whenever there's a tornado warning here in Minnesota, men just take their women down to the basement and start belting them.
As we're chained to the radiator.
Yes, because we don't want you to fly away in the tornado, lest we have nobody to beat.
If you think about it this way, this could be good for you. Because now you've got an excuse. Like if I were to come out and say, he hits me, guys, I need help. It's climate change.
Yes, I would have an excuse if all of these people weren't remarkably full of shit. Yes, you're right. I would have a great excuse. Well, let's hear them out. Now, Terry McGovern, the chair of the Population and Family Health Department at Columbia University, said heat waves, floods, climate-induced disasters, increased sexual harassment, mental and physical abuse, femicide, reduce economic and educational opportunities, and increase the risk of trafficking due to forced migration. So they're saying that because there's going to be more hurricanes and earthquakes and all this stuff because of climate change, it's just going to lead to more just whores and beatings and bitches getting hit and all kinds of stuff.
Strong pimp hands.
Yeah. So are you going to be able to plead climate change one day when you're a guy? If you're going to be like, hey,
That's what I'm saying. You have an excuse.
Not guilty, Your Honor. There was a hurricane. What was I supposed to do? Not elbow the bitch in the mouth? Exactly. I was stressed out from the hurricane, and that's because of climate change. So really, Your Honor, there's 2 victims here.
I bet my ass somebody could actually, sway a jury on that.
A jury? I hope
somebody
not.
in there would be like, I could see his point. It's fucking stressful.
Well, one person, yeah.
And she's fucking freaking out. Sometimes you got to just give her a strong backhand so she calms the fuck down.
You might be able to get one person.
It just stands up like, I get it.
Yeah, man. I understand. Yeah, it's hot out. You're sweaty. She's mouthing off. Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
It's wet. Everything's wet and windy.
Now, McGovern conceded that the data remains limited on some fronts. No way. Your accusation that domestic violence is the fault of climate change, you're saying that you might have half-baked this information? Wait. A whole jury? No, maybe in 7 years, says Farfik Nugan. Well, all
7 years isn't that far off.
All you need is one.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a hung jury, that can be one person.
And the jury could be hung because their testicles and penis are sagging down because of how hot it is.
Can you imagine if there's a day where everyone's nutsack just hangs to the floor because it's so hot outside? And now you're tripping over it?
My Lost Interest says, is April available for my January 20th court case? Could give the climate change defense.
Yeah.
Something tells me
Let me know.
Something tells me that even the dumbest people among us are not going to bite on that one. They're not ready for that. I don't think they're ready.
I don't like it when you say that shit because every time
they prove me wrong.
Every time that I sit here and just quietly, silently think to myself, there's no way, absolutely no chance that people are that dumb to buy that, they buy it.
They end up buying it?
They buy whatever it is.
Who knows? Zero Dark Tony with $4.99 says, equal rights, equal laughs. Oh, see, that's the climate change making him say that. That's definitely
now he's going to hit his woman, too.
Yeah, that's the climate change. $235 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Boys and girls, it does indeed look like Steel Toe will be back to goals tomorrow morning. Like I said, 4 or 5 week run of no goals. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And we thank you guys for that run. We got about 30, 40 minutes left in tonight's show. We got maybe the gayest Brendan Schaub I've ever brought to the show.
Literally, from what you've told me.
Yeah. Maybe the gayest of all time.
I'm very excited.
So 2:35 away from Thursday. There's all the Streamlabs and PayPals and Super Chats links right there. Go ahead and chip in if you'd like to. Razif Chat says, let's go, you poor fucks. Well, for God's sake. I mean, that's not how we help people.
He's helping.
Are you able to make the announcement of a return to a certain program at the moment, or is that not done yet?
Oh, I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
If anything changes, of course, I will announce a change if it doesn't work out this way. But Frank and Chrissy invited me back to Simpcast this evening. On January 29th, I will make my second appearance.
So April will be back on Simpcast.
Yes.
That's a Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday.
Always a Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, January 29th.
Yes.
Jose does not like us. I don't know why he's watches us so much. I do appreciate it, but Jose, not a big fan of Steel Toe at all. This guy, Jose in the chat, you guys, look out for this guy. He doesn't take any shit. This guy he's his own man. He is too cool for school. Watch out for Jose Pantalones. He doesn't take any shit from anybody. I'm trying to say this with a straight face. I really am.
He called you a thought.
Yes, I am a thought who has gold. Yes,
you're
right.
Can you twerk for them goals? Like a thought.
I mean, I will. Absolutely.
Can you be a ratchet ass hoe?
I love doing this show. So absolutely, I would do all kinds of degrading, despicable things to make it financially feasible for us to do this program for a living. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is just in time for Botter to be back out of prison, says Lorax Adam Comedy. Yeah. April
Lorax Adam, that's very funny.
Citizen M says, April, I will gift you flowers if you give Brittany Venti my phone number.
Oh, we switched off of which was the other one that he was after, the blonde one?
Oh, Ashton Birdie.
Ashton Birdie.
Yeah. Well, for a good progressive liberal guy, Citizen M sure is into these based bitches.
Very based bitches.
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
He likes Brittany Venti. He likes Ashton Birdie.
Look, they're both very attractive.
He
I
wants
get it.
to hammer out some Republican clam.
I can do my damnedest over here. I mean, I can just send her your number if you'd like.
Jose says, don't you have to be popular to have a hater? Well, that's a good point, too. See, did I tell you that this Jose guy doesn't take any shit from anybody?
Mr. Pantalones.
One thing people need to know about Jose Pantalones. It's probably his real name. Don't laugh. He doesn't like that.
Okay.
He doesn't like that when you laugh. I'm taking this man very seriously.
I'm somber now.
You see, Jose doesn't take any shit from anybody. You know, he's not going to let some cockamamie podcaster sit here and, make fun of him sarcastically and make him look like a complete asshole in front of hundreds and eventually thousands of people. He doesn't take that kind of shit. Jose Pantalones is a man who takes a show that he can't fucking stand and sits there and watches it endlessly. So I tell you, you guys in the chat, steer clear of this Jose Pantalones. Not only is he dangerous, but he's right on. He sniffs bullshit out for a living. He's going to expose us all.
I think Lorax Adam Comedy is a great point.
He says, Jose is mad because April cut your grass, and that takes away work from him. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Poor Mr. Pantalones.
Jose Pantalones says, you making fun? Me? No. I don't know where you would get that idea. Jose, did I not just give you the respect of saying you're a very scary, dangerous guy that nobody should ever mess with? In fact, I mean, I'm too scared to hide you in the chat because I just, I know that Jose Pantalones is the kind of guy, he brings it to you in real life if you fuck with him too much. He's like, hey, I'll meet you outside.
She's got a craving for Bravo burritos. Just, I don't know, just this,
because
this show.
Jose Pantalones, you heard a...
Oh, does he own that place?
Maybe he does.
Can you hook me up with a burrito, sir?
Eric says, call ICE. How dare that?
Call ICE.
Jose Pantalones says, you're so sarcastic. April, you know me better than anyone. Am I being sarcastic or am I legitimately fearful of this
Not
fella?
a drip of sarcasm.
None. Jose, I'm telling you right now, you scare the shit out of me.
I've never seen Aaron this worried before.
I'm shaken up. I can't.
I'm going to have to console him after.
He came in here, he called me a thought. He's calling us out for having financial goals to be able to keep the show going.
I think that's just awful.
I can't deal with
It's
a guy
scary,
like this.
Really.
This is going to put me over the edge.
We're going to need some Xanax prescription for Aaron now and some counseling just to get his life on track.
Brian Bulb says, piss in my pants scared. Yeah, I mean, I got my pissing pants on. I'm telling you that right now.
There's a stain forming.
It's all over the floor.
I had to put a potty pad down.
Welcome to the show, Bob Levy. He's calling Jose Pantalones Jose Zumach. By the way, Bob, while I was in the gym today, I heard the latest episode of MLC. Ooh, boy, that chat sure did give Chad a steel toe based meltdown again.
Oh, what happened?
They kept giving super chats, and they kept trying to get Chad to talk about steel toe, and he would go nuts. And then Kevin's like, why does he do so much show? And I got to give credit to Bob Levy. He's in there just going, oh, they do a great show. They've got all kinds of new material every day. They talk about what's going on in the news, and Kevin's getting madder, and then Chad's trying to get mad, but Bob's like, no, it's a really good show. And all the chat is going, yeah, Chad, don't be a pussy. Fucking go on there. And then Chad just immediately, I remember the quote. Instead of like talking back, Chad goes, apropos of nothing. Hey, Bob, when did you change your background? So he's back to the changing the subject when we came up.
To something that is completely off topic.
But then later in the show, he started yelling about third-rate open mic podcasters who talk about Brendan Schaub and Chris D'Elia, and they're just mean. And well, then somebody left a super chat because he wouldn't say our name. Somebody left a super chat and said, hey, Chad, say steel toe without saying steel toe. He can't escape it. I'm not even telling these people to do it.
I'm currently sorry that I was listening to Anthony instead. It looks like I missed out.
Our audience it's not even our audience. They might not even like me. They might just hate him. But they are just hammer. It was like the last hour of Misery Loves Company was just the chat beating the shit out of Chad and taunting him with steel toe shit. It was so funny.
I don't think you should all be beating up on a guy on hard times.
Well, no, he says he's the best he's ever been.
Is he now? Is he sober?
No, he claims, yes, he says sober? He is. But he says he's the best he's ever been, so none of it gets to him. while he was ranting and raving and losing his mind.
No. I'm going to have hope. I think that's good for him.
It just seems a little, what do you call it?
Look, I know him and
contradictory.
I know him and I don't talk anymore. It's been quite a while now, but I hope that he's doing well.
Oh, that's never good when somebody that
I do
you've yelled at and screamed at hopes you're doing well. That means they take pity on you. That's no good. But no, it was Bob. It was very fun to listen to. You guys did a great job. Wonderful work, sir.
Bravo.
Do you want to watch a little? Speaking of, now Chad's going to hate this. I don't want to upset Chad Zumach, but we do have some Brendan mockery to do tonight.
Oh, and he looks cute.
He looks like a fucking cupcake dream.
This is so bad.
In this clip. I have to tell you, I watched about an hour of this clip, or an hour. I watched about a minute.
Just looped.
Yeah, I looped it. I watched about a minute of this clip.
Yeah.
And I had to turn it off. You know how like baseball games will be called on account of rain?
Mm-hmm.
I had to call my viewing of this on account of gay.
Okay.
It got so gay. Now, if you have two men and they're talking about the AVN Awards, which is the porn awards in Las Vegas that they had over the weekend. If you hear two guys talking about the AVN Awards and what they saw there, what would you expect them to be talking about?
Tits and ass.
Tits and pussy and ass. And I saw Lisa Ann's ass, and even at 40-some years old, I'd still cave it in with my tongue. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my God, these chicks got the greatest tits and asses in the world. That's where you'd expect someone to go.
Yes.
But Brendan Schaub and Bryan Callen, they're not hacks.
They didn't go for that.
No, they don't go for the boilerplate pussy and tits and ass and that gay shit.
Okay.
They talk about big old throbbing black warthogs. That's what they talk about.
The veiny pipes.
They're so black, they're blue, big old cocks. That's what these two are talking about.
The purple Pringle cans.
What I like to call Uganda blue. That's what these two talk about like men.
Oh.
April. You think you're ballsy for smelling black people. These two are talking about their cocks to a degree that it would make you think, if they weren't such manly men, that they might want to taste one once in a while.
Yeah. I think that this shows security with their manliness because only an insecure man wouldn't talk about the dicks at the AVN
Look at how bulbous Bryan Callen is thinking about the black wieners.
It looks like he's got fucking camel toe. What is that?
He's thinking about black dicks.
He's got a big old fat throbbing puss over
Look at this. Brendan Schaub is doing the old third grade got your first boner crossing your legs bit because he's thinking about the black stallions and he can't keep himself contained.
I don't get the pants that's in this like still shot right here.
Well, once you hear their affinity for black genitalia, the pants will start to make more sense.
It's the pleats.
Yes.
Taking them back to the pants store.
Without further ado, I bring you Brendan Schaub. Oh, wait, one more notification that I have to get to, and then we'll talk about how lovely gay this is. Gino, oh boy, Gino sent you and I a text. I'm sure.
Oh, I see it.
I'm sure Bob got it too. I'm just fucking around, Bob. It's he and Keanu drinking, saying, getting hammered, watching you two interview the boss. Oh, good. So he's not watching this interview.
She's way too cute, by the way.
Yeah, she needs to cut him loose.
So you can have him or what?
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I believe all the sexual tension between Kevin and Gino needs to explode in some good old-fashioned dry anal.
So I think maybe the dry anal between Brennan and Bisconte.
Yeah. They even sounds nice. B&B. Brennan and Bisconte. Clearly, pussy doesn't seem to make Kevin happy. He's just raging like a lunatic all the time.
But once that's out of the way, you two could be soulmates.
I don't want to be soulmates with... I don't want to get in the way of that. What am I, some kind of a homewrecker?
Keanu is such a cutie, though.
So you heard what April had to say. Keanu should leave Gino because she's too attractive for him.
I never said that.
You heard it here first. All right, let's watch Brendan and Bryan Callen talk about the AVN Awards like men do.
Okay.
Men with camel tails and cross-legged boner hiding to do. Here we go.
You'll love this. Speaking of porn, how about in Vegas was the AVN Awards?
Yeah.
And all the porno stars were staying at our hotel. I was like, I know her. I know her. And I was like, man, I wish I had their trading card. Have them autograph it like a UFC fan. Like, hey, could you just sign on right there for me across the tip?
So
what would you put on the back of a porn star trading card? Like their stats, like batting average, home runs. anal gangbangs,
cream pies, DPs.
Yeah. There's like one little tiny white guy porn
step stuff.
Yeah, there's like one little tiny spindly white guy porn sports card, and all it is on the back is like cuckold holder record. That's his whole thing.
How many cuckold videos?
Yeah. How many cuckold videos has he done? And the stat says all of them.
Just says all the cuckold.
Every single one. This guy licks feet and cream pies like nobody's business. So anyway.
Yeah. Did you say gangbangs?
Yo, gangbangs would be a statistic on the back of the porn star card.
Oh, man.
Facials. Bukakis.
Snowballs.
Ooh, wow, you're getting really specific. See, now I feel like that would fall under the category of facial, but you're right. That's spitting back in. You're right. That's very specific. Yeah, you're right.
BJ.
DP.
I said that.
Oh, you did?
I think.
No, mine meant Dr. Pepper. Like,
it.
how many Dr. Pepper bottles did they squat on? It's brand specific. It's sponsored.
Gross.
So these two are going to talk about porn star trading cards, and I wish I had them. You ready to hear some heterosexuality?
Oh, totally.
Get ready for some heterosexuality, brought to you by one of the biggest swinging dick podcasts out there, The Fighter and the Kid.
Recognize some of them.
Oh, I recognize some. And then there's this large black gentleman, about 6'7".
I want you to notice Bryan Callen's hesitance as soon as Brendan said that. They're talking about, oh yeah, these chicks, and I wish I had their cards, and all of a sudden Brendan goes, and I saw this big black dude, and you're like,
oh, what?
It's not exactly where I thought this was going to go.
Aren't you supposed to, as a man, look past the giant 6'7" black dude and just look at the tits?
Exactly. Yeah, save the big black dude cock conversation for Annie Lederman and her podcast. Those girls need something to talk about.
Because I don't know if you've ever seen like the AVN like images from these events going on. They all dress like porn stars at these events.
It's almost like they're porn stars, yeah.
Right. So stop looking at the guys, man.
Have you seen that guy who floats around Compound, that autistic kid, Michael Gavin Ali? Did you see his tweets? I don't know how the fuck he got in there to take pictures with porn stars. I think you're just allowed to if you go to him. But, like, he was taking some photos where you're like, all right. Like, kind of like you got to get the bouncer at the strip club to go.
Like he's taking liberties?
Take it easy. Like, he had a hand down by a crotch and all this shit. And then he was tweeting over and over. Michael Gavin Ali is one of these guys who thinks he's like a famous podcast guy.
Okay.
But he's not. And it's kind of a funny, it's not a gimmick, but it would be a funny gimmick.
Yeah.
He was tweeting at Las Vegas Resorts World about how they need to make this right. And they need to give him a free night at Resorts World. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I start following this guy's Twitter. He got kicked out of the AVN shit by the security there because they're like, he's getting a little too familiar with the chicks. And he's like, I'm autistic. How dare you do this to me? I will put you on blast on my shows and everything else.
Wow.
And I think he was tweeting at like Chrissy and Gino and shit. Like, you guys need to spread this message far and wide. Oh, yeah.
That's too bad. That is maybe the only person I've heard of not having a good time at the AVN Awards.
Well, he was having a good time until he got kicked out.
Yeah. Our good friend Big Mike from Impulsive.
Of course.
He was at the AVN Awards, and I got to catch up with his experience on there, and it looks like he was having a cheeky great time.
Oh, was he? Well, they all know his ex.
Yeah. Yeah, he even put in his post on Instagram, he's like, look, I've been a good friend of this industry for many
Why, because you stuck your dick in one of them?
Exactly. It's
Come on.
so dumb.
All right, so let's, if that's the case, then Ron Jeremy's been a good friend of the industry, and we all know how that ended up. So Bryan and Brendan are ready to talk about the tits and the AVN and the porn and everything else, and then Brendan takes this turn.
There's this large black gentleman, about 6'7". And he's with a short.
that silence from Callen, I gotta watch it one more time.
Just the head nod too, like.
You know what that was? That was a visual adjustment of him going, oh, I didn't know this is where this was going to take us. Allow me to prepare.
I was ready to adjust for the tits and ass conversation.
I got a throbbing cock, and now people, smartasses on the internet, are going to think it's for some kind of, black
6'7" black guy.
Yeah.
Large black gentleman, about 6'7". And he's with a short white girl. And Jay goes,
call the police!
Did he steal her again?
Is there basketball in LA? I'm like, what? Because Jay doesn't watch porn like I do. I go, what?
Yeah, that's right. Jay doesn't watch porn like I do. I'm whacking off all the time. I'm Brendan Schaub, porn watcher.
Is there any...
When I'm not doing a podcast with a alleged 2-time sex pest named Chris D'Elia, I'm jacking off to black guys.
Is there anything hotter than a guy that brags about how much porn he watches?
I don't think so. Yeah, a guy who's ready to talk to you about how much he saw a guy's big black throbbing unit.
It is weird. I'm not kidding. There in a very recent but previous friend group I was involved in, there was a gentleman in there that used to talk openly about all of the insane porn he watches all the time. And I always wondered where he got off thinking that was something people wanted to know about him.
I just wanted him to know that he likes to whack it.
Serious Brendan vibes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Because Jay doesn't watch porn like I do. I go, what? He goes, look at that giant guy. I go, oh, no. That's Derek from black.com.
Nobody should know that.
No.
Nobody should know.
So we know where Brendan goes.
Right. Derek from black.com. Nobody should know. You're allowed to know in your entire adult male life maybe the name of like 2 or 3 male porn stars, only because some of them get so famous you can't help but know their names.
If I may, I don't want to know their names. I want to know their faces and their bodies, and I don't want to know a single thing else about them.
And how they smell.
I don't need to know their credit scores or what kind of loans they can get. You know, how good at parenting they are.
How do you think Derek's would be?
You know.
Oh.
I don't care to share.
Okay.
I don't want to embarrass the man.
What's longer, his dick or his credit score?
His credit history.
Derek from black.com. I've seen his work.
Derek from Black.
And Jay goes, he doesn't play basketball? I go, awesome. He doesn't, but he's dunking.
Bring him up.
Hey, he's dunking.
Derek?
He's dunking those nuts in her small butthole.
And
It's the gayest porno conversation I've ever heard in my entire life. First of all, I don't think we need to point this out, but you don't dunk your nuts in people's buttholes. That's just not to be done. The nuts are not taut enough to get through the tightness of the butthole.
He's describing it as if things are agape.
Right. Second of all,
I don't think that happens.
You had a chance to talk about porn, which should be like easy guy points on a podcast like this.
It's a man's
And you get to the fork in the road, and one of the fork in the road, you have a right turn and a left turn. The right turn is to wet Pussyville. The left turn is to throbbing jungle cock. And where do you go?
Throbbing jungle
Exactly.
Cock. Swinging.
I've seen it.
He's got a piece.
And he slams it home. He'll break a rim now.
Blacked. His name is Black. Is it sure it's Black because you're the worst with names?
Derek Dozer?
Yep.
Let me see Derek Dozer.
So of all the shit these guys could talk about from the AVNs, pull up the big, giant dicked black porn star, would you? Not fuck the white girl that he was walking with from the AVN.
Right, she could have been something.
Yeah, no. Where did Brendan's eyes go first? Oh, that's that giant piece of man meat that I see all the time on blacked.com.
We could have at least talked about the chick from the couch.
Right. Nope.
Anything that, screams a little masculinity, tiny bit.
So I was making it up.
Suck, dude.
No, just go to images.
Dude, well done.
Images.
I thought, no way.
No, there's a Derek Dozer on black.com, dude. And Jay goes, is the NBA in town? I go, no. But they both.
Okay, there he is. Derek's got a piece on him. Derek's got an.
Why are we staring at black dicks on our podcast?
We're just looking at dick now.
No staring at black dicks on our podcast.
Look at Brendan's face here.
Oh my God, look at Brendan. He is in heaven.
He's like,
He's sitting there going, I told you guys, those dicks, don't they look delicious? They look like big old cake pops.
He's Glenn from Letterkenny now.
He is, yeah.
He's Glenning it.
Did I tell you? I tapped out by this point. I wasn't watching. I haven't seen this part.
This is remarkably gay, which is fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's just not what I expected.
If you're the gay guys podcast.
Right.
But you can't say we're the man's men be and all these haters and trolls be, man. They're weak. They're cucks. They're bitches.
Yeah, but check this out. Once there's anybody out there that hates these two that says, oh, you two are being kind of gay, aren't you? They're going to come back and
haters.
Be like, what are you, just insecure with your masculinity?
Then again, people who willingly hang out with Mark Harley, you should have saw this coming, right? Should have saw it coming.
I don't like that guy.
Absolute hunk of AT&T cable on him.
Yeah, I've seen all his work.
That is gigantic.
I've seen all his work.
Is he? That's not him, though, right?
But by the way, wonderful if you're Brendan's wife to hear this. Not only is my husband jacking off instead of fucking me,
it's to a guy,
but he's getting off to giant black cocks. Attaboy, Brendan. Attaboy. Look,
woo!
If you're watching porn,
oh my God,
and the dicks happen to be black, look, you jack off to what you jack off to. A girl's getting railed, a girl's getting railed.
Watch what the girl's doing.
Right.
Always.
You don't learn the name of the guy and then go, you know who I got to look up? I got to watch that Derek fella fuck. That's what I have to watch in my porn.
Look, I do appreciate that he's doing homework for me. So no, I don't have to look, but.
Oh, that's nice.
This is him, right?
Yeah, that's him, dude.
Oh,
That's Derek.
Well, his dick is his dick is as large as I am.
That might be Anton or Antoine, I think.
You know multiple people from black.com?
Are you surprised at this point?
Do you know the white girl with the braces on the couch in the meme? Because if you don't know her name, but you know 2 out of the 5 guys in that video, we have a problem, sir.
Look how he's sitting. He's wearing fled pants with elastic bottoms. It's over.
That might be gayer than the black dicks they're staring at.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Pipe dream. Lord have mercy. Derek Dozer.
Okay, that's enough. Change the picture.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm impressed.
Is there no pictures with girls in there?
I'm sure that won't be photoshopped.
I'm sure nobody is like commentating on like the girls in the pictures, right?
I'm sure there's no Photoshop capabilities here of this little pose that Brendan's doing.
Oh, what do you think? It's going to be a big manly steak he's putting in his mouth, or a nice big old, you know?
Nice big Nairobi, Kenya steak is what he'll be getting.
Kielbasa.
Very well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, either way, I recognize him. I'm ashamed of myself. And Jay thought he was a NBA basketball player, and I said, no.
Yeah.
But he slams it home.
Okay.
Are we going to do the fucking slam dunk joke 18 times?
Look at him. He's sitting there like, but he slams it home.
Yeah, he slams it home with
he
that.
He looks so proud of how much he knows about this.
That big old pry bar he's got between his legs.
I couldn't list off one porn star's name gun to my head.
Gun to your head?
Gun to my head. I can come up with something
Quick,
if I say
one.
Lana Rhodes.
Hey, well,
Okay, but that's
she counts.
low hanging
the
fruit.
videos are still out
low hanging fruit.
All right.
All right.
Dunks, nuts, and butts.
I'm impressed you know this.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Also,
There he is. Director Derek Dozer. All right.
I'm impressed also a little.
Oh, that's the guy. That's who
You've seen
saw.
his work.
No, right there.
Yes.
Bring him up next to that blonde girl right there.
Here?
No, go down.
The one with
Go
the
down, go
giant
down.
dick.
To the left, to the left.
Stop it. You're making it too easy. You can't wonder why you have people making fun of you when you say shit like that. No. Scroll down. No. Show me the giant dick. You don't say that on a show.
Left to left to the left. Right there. Bring that up.
We can't show any of this on screen, by the way.
No, the other guy, buddy. The other guy.
Which one? You said
to
left.
the left. Right there. No, go to the right. Go to the right. Go to
I
the
love
right.
that the Asian producer believes that all black guys look the same. He's like, I can't tell the difference. Who do you want me to
I
show?
don't understand, man.
God damn it. I'm trying to do what you want me to do, but it's just...
Do you think the producers ever sit here, though, and they're like, why can't we just look at the girls?
Right.
You could have taken this an entirely different
Yeah.
direction.
They're like, ooh, porn day.
Porn? Ooh, is it my
Oh,
birthday?
It's a nice porn day on the show. That should be great. Oh, we got to look at black dicks. Son of a bitch. Mark Harley's running in from the break room. He's like, what did I miss? I heard black dicks and I came a-running. Sorry, Mark, they're done now.
I heard he slammed it home about 4 times and I came.
I heard Brendan say slam it home, and I knew we were talking about black cock. Rexdart parody account with $5 says great JLP and Cumia interviews. April back on Simpcast, stacking up the W's to start the new year. Thanks,
Thank you,
buddy.
sir.
That's very nice of you. And then also, I wanted to get to this one. Sage with $20 says Twitter DM. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Sage.
We got a Twitter DM from Sage that might be useful to us here. 2:15 away from tomorrow morning's goal. So thank you guys and now it will be our first time with a goal in like 5 weeks, but it won't be a full one. It'll be this 2:15 one. So that's kind of nice.
We're still getting pictures from Gino, by the way.
Oh boy, all right.
What is a proper response to that?
Yay! See, I was gay like Brendan there. Yes, I paid for Cameo on praising Steel Toe's average of over 500 live viewer counts and closely encroaching on 10,000 subs. He bought a Chad Zumach Cameo.
Show it.
Thank you. There you go. He bought a Chad Zumach cameo. He asked for a steel toe thing. Here's the problem, Sage. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. That'll be a lot of fun. However, he's going to send it back. I mean, fingers crossed it won't.
I think he might throw some shade in there. Like, I think he'll stray from...
But then Sage can send it back and say, no, this is not satisfactory.
This is poor quality.
Right. This is not what I asked for.
Yeah.
Right. So, yes, I thank you very much, buddy. They're saying, yeah, Chad can deny it. KF
doesn't he want the money, though?
KF says, oh, I'll be getting a refund for sure. See, when our listeners go and buy his cameos, which I highly urge you to do, I highly encourage you to buy a cameo from Chad.
Support the guy.
Support the guy. He needs it. It instantly becomes a no-win situation for Chad. Because you can either make it, which shows you need the money, or you can deny it and show that it bothers you and you're a giant pussy. Like, buying someone's cameo to fuck with them is one of the most foolproof ways to kind of get someone in a weird way. Because they've put themselves out there with the cameo.
Yeah.
And now...
You're right. And now it's the customer's choice at this point.
Citizen M says, you can't be so obvious. You got to play the long con with Chad like me, says Citizen M. You are a shifty, tricky motherfucker. That's true. KF says, yep, it'll be funny. Either way, it's a win. Yes.
What if he spends the money first and then decide he doesn't want to do it, but now he doesn't have the money to send it back?
Oh, that's not how it works.
Oh.
I don't think that's how it works. I've never bought a cameo, but I think it's one of those pending transaction type of things. Okay, oh, look at that. Yeah, Gino's got our interview up there on his TV. Well, nice TV, Gino Bisconti.
So they're just getting drunk and watching us. I think that's cute.
They're getting shit-faced and watching our Anthony Cumia interview, which I have to say, one of the best ways to watch our recent interview of Mr. Cumia. Yes, absolutely watch the Anthony Cumia interview. A lot of people have. It's doing remarkably well. I hope you guys all check it out today. April and I will probably try to watch a little bit of Anthony and Gavin. We're hearing that they said some very, very kind things. And, of course, we appreciate that.
Very grateful.
Also, I also saw Kevin Dumbfuck from Why Do I Podcast in the room for the first time in a while. Welcome back, buddy. We thought you were... We thought you were like big time in everybody now that you were, getting sassy.
You got Shuley and stuff.
Yeah, getting Shuley and now, just thinking who the fuck he is.
Did him and B Dabbler bury their beef?
I don't believe they
bury
did.
the beef doesn't sound good.
No, you don't want to bury your beef. Otherwise, you're going to end up on Brendan's show.
Yeah.
I told you tonight.
Slammed it home.
I came upstairs and I told you before the show, I said, I've got maybe the gayest Brendan clip ever. And did it disappoint?
No, it's ultra gay, which is fine.
Nothing.
Be gay, but then don't pretend to be the man's man.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. But, somebody also said that we're at 170 likes for this video. What do we say, 200 by the end of the night?
Yeah.
We got about, 8 minutes left? Everybody hit the like button. Hammer away at that like button. Let's get to 200 before the end of the show. Audience, keep me updated on what the like count is, and we'll watch it get to 200. Yes, April?
Would you like to look up an image of Derek Dozer just to see what we think?
Well, then aren't I just as gay?
Not if you don't like it.
Yeah, but I'm looking it up. I'm criticizing him for looking at black dick. As long as I don't look up his dick,
you can say, I asked you to do it. You have an out.
Now, where am I looking? Am I looking?
I don't know.
Am I looking on this,
black.com.
or am I looking on?
I think you could just Google it, right?
Google. Okay, Google's less gay than doing it that way. All right. Cinematographer worked on Booty Talk.
Booty Talk. Oh my God.
It's all bulldozers. It's all just bulldozers when you go to Google Images.
That's very funny.
Oh, that's good.
Just.
All right, fair enough. I don't know where these couple of homosexuals on the
Booty Talk.
I don't know where these couple of homosexuals on The Fighter and the Kid even found his pictures.
They had to have gone to black.com, I bet.
They had to have gone to black.com, which, by the way, will not do.
No, I've never been on that site. I'm afraid
you'd end up sniffing it.
scratch and sniff, really.
I'm scratching the screen and trying to smell all the black people. Do they smell good? Dub says we are at 188 likes for tonight's episode. 12 more, so let's go ahead and fire off those likes and knock out 200. Have a little fun tonight, getting that number up to the old 200.
Rimholt shot.
I don't want to be Rimholt.
Aaron's porn name would be Rimshot.
Oh, no. That sounds like my Marvel villain name, too.
Are you giving or getting?
I hope I'm...
What would you rather?
I don't want a man to lick my ass, but I don't want to lick a man's ass.
I didn't think it was licking.
This is a no-win situation.
A shot can't be licking.
Rimshot is not fucking a guy in the ass. That's a good old-fashioned cornholing, my dear. Brendan already had a folder of JPEGs ready, says Dr. Ministry of Dude. I think you might be right.
I go to ESPN for my cornholing.
They're saying that they can see your nose growing, says Brian. It's indicating that you're lying about never being on black.com.
Are my nostrils flaring?
Oh, boy. What are we at? 188. Guys, where's the count at before we got to get out of here tonight? Count was at 188. We got 12 more. 189. Oh, my God. Let's hit that like button and get that thing up to 200. We are 11 away from 200 and having ourselves a 200 like evening show tonight. We're also 215 away from tomorrow morning's goal, so I think we should probably get there. Again, 5 weeks. Wonderful, guys. 5 weeks.
Very cool.
With no goals the day of. That's a huge run.
Thank you so much.
Rexstart parody account says we're at 190. Okay, that means 10 more likes. Just hit that thumbs up button, and let's knock it out to 200 before the end of the show. You guys have got this. A new scientific paper came out. It was a study from an international group of over 100 clinicians and researchers came to the conclusion that no laboratory test can distinguish a trans-identified person from a non-trans-identified person. They're saying,
so hence it's not biological.
Yeah, they're saying it is. Or at least they can't find that. There's no proof that that's just something you have. It's kind of like the gay gene. They say like, oh, you're born gay. They can't find it. You know, so that was an interesting little piece there. Mark says 195, so we are 5 away. 5 away. All right, so a little thumbs up, 5 away. Let's get to 200 likes. That's always just a fun aesthetic number to look at. Let's. Oh no, I lost it.
So
shit.
There
we go. Mark says somebody going to lose their job over that study.
I was just going to say that. So if we decide to talk about that study, are we in trouble now?
I don't think so. I think we're allowed to.
Why is it such a sticky point, though? Like, why does it... If you are a trans or a gay person, why do you have to live and breathe by the fact that you are biologically that way? Why can't it just be a choice?
Yeah, what's wrong with I just feel that way?
Why do you have to be? To me, that's just an insecurity. Like, oh no, I was born this way. Like, why can't it just be a decision you made?
Yeah. By the way, Mars says we have hit 200. Very cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for all of your help. So that new scientific paper came out. But then again, like all these scientific papers, you could go find another scientific paper that says, oh, no, we found it and it's here. And
No, can you? Because I don't think you can publish something if you can't actually find it.
Well, they could go like, we found like brain activity in trans people that was different than that of this person. So, they like... Again, like, unfortunately, science has now become like politics. Like, these studies have become like trying to pass a bill. Like, you can get the information you want as long as you manipulate it the right way, basically. Brittany says they found my gay gene. No, a black woman found your G-spot. That's totally different. That's not the gay gene, young lady. We got up to 200, and then some people unhit the like button and brought it to 196. No, guys.
Oh, you tricky guys.
Now they're saying 198. Well, here's the thing. It's like football. Once the ball breaks the plane, it's over. Like, that's a touchdown. So it can go down, it can go up. It doesn't matter. Once you hit it, you hit it. So I just, it's fun. When you do the show, You get to make the rules as you go. Gwen Stefani insists that she's Japanese in an interview, despite having no ethnic ties to Asia. Well, I tell you what.
So she's canceled now, right?
They are kind of, like, people are kind of pissed at her. I mean, I don't really care one way or the other.
No.
However, I will say that if you can identify as a woman, why can't you identify as Japanese?
Because there's arbitrary rules, Aaron, and we have to obey all of them.
I don't know. I think, you know what? Let Gwen Stefani, talk her shit, identify as Japanese. Eric says that shit is bananas.
Oh, God, he's adorable.
Bananas. It also shows you Blake Shelton has no control over what his wife says.
No.
Because he would have said...
hand, not strong.
Yeah, he would have looked at her and said, you go on the air and you say some shit like that, I ain't fucking showing up with you in public for a year. I
might just divorce you.
Exactly. So I guess the Stefani's... I actually think the Stefani family fought in World War II on the Japanese side, so she might be right. Yeah.
You know, the thing is, like, I've literally got Cherokee in my family background. I could never go and sit and tell somebody, like, oh, I'm part Native American. Like, everyone would just be, of course you're not.
And you never bring that shit up when we're at the casino?
Nope.
God damn it, April.
You heard my parents talking about it the other day.
That's true. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We hope you had a great time. We hope you enjoyed the program. Go watch that Anthony interview once we're done here. And then April and I have a good show planned for you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. Subscribe to the channel. I believe we've crossed over 7,600 subscribers, which is awesome. I appreciate that. The Cumia interview doing very, very well. Again, April, thank you very much.
Thanks, boss.
And to the rest of you, talk to you tomorrow.